Too loud. I like it to be fucking super quiet. Sorry everyone who likes hearing the fucking voices. Let's watch Path play Prince of Persia. FGC scientists is literally find any tech one time and post it on Twitter. And then you'll be an FGC scientist. It's that easy. Find one combo that only works in one punish that requires like find block a EX Blanca ball, EX up ball from Blanca in SF5, and then find a punish that starts with Blanca being midair. And like the stupider the punish is, make it like a punish only one character can do. And then post that on Twitter, and then tweet at every single player of the character you found the Blanca punish on, and also every Blanca player. Like, get everyone. Fucking tweet Nishikim with that shit. Find like a Jury versus Blanca fucking up ball punish. It doesn't even have to be optimal. It can be shitty. And then tweet everyone, and then all of a sudden you're an FGC scientist. It's that easy. The more shitty the combo is, the better. The better. Oh, the FG. This is. I'm capturing my. I didn't realize I was capturing my window capture. I was too busy thinking about FGC science. Barnyan. Find a parry punish for Ryu. Isn't Remy low tier? Most people would say yes. I personally would say yes. I recognize that second kanji. What the fuck is it? It's like in battle, I think. I think that kanji is in the word battle. Oh, I don't remember what it is. The third letter is meh, which is usually like a counter. Third, like fight something cow? I don't know. Who knows what this guy's name is? The meh is weird. It's hard to explain, but I theoretically know how it works. The I. The kanji means I, but like the actual use is pretty unusual. It's like if you say like Ichiji, that's like 1 o'clock. But if you say Ichi, no, that's Ichikon. What's meh? Meh is like a counter, like a number counter. When do you use meh? What's the difference with meh? I mean with, yeah. God, I haven't thought about that in ages. Maybe Ichiji. No, I might be making shit up. I was going to say Ichiji man might be like the second hour. I mean the first hour. I think it's like if it's like Sannin, it's like 3 people. But if you say like Sannin Meh, it might be like the third person. Something like that. I forget what Meh actually does. I said I understood it, but now I'm thinking about it, I don't understand it. Oh, he went for it. He tried to reposition next and they got a dash. That should have been a kill, I think. I don't know. It was actually kind of hard to get a kill there. It's like Remy had like enough health that a Gene combo was like maybe not going to kill. Oh, a good Gene combo would have killed. Nice. But like a regular, basic, easy Gene combo might not have. Believe me when I say confidently that there is no overlap between Remy players and Third Strike players. Remy's cool, but the people who play Remy do not play Third Strike. They are not playing Third Strike when they're playing Remy. Third Strike has failed Remy as a character. I was talking about this in Fightcade recently. It's kind of novel. It's interesting. It's the easy pickup, but this combo's kind of scaled. It's not just the parries on his fireballs and the lack of meter build on his fireballs that makes him a shit character, obviously. That actually still worked. It looked like it wasn't first frame. But you got 2 frames to pick that up for that super. And it might have been first frame. It's hard to tell. Remy's follow-ups after a parry himself are unbelievably shit. It's like 3 of your 4 special moves require charge to do, and the last one doesn't combo from anything. If you had Close Fierce into fucking Cold Blue Kick, that would actually be really good. That would be like a combo he would do all the time. But he doesn't even really have a thing to do with Close Fierce at all. If you're close and you get a close parry with Remy, pretty much all your... If you don't have super, if you have super, you can just do close forward and then get a super, and that's fine. But if you don't have super, your punish basically has to be Crouch Fierce. You get a parry and then you land Crouch Fierce, and that Crouch Fierce gives you Flash Kick. Because if you get a parry and you don't do Crouch Fierce, you can't build charge for Flash Kick. You can do low strong, but you can't Flash Kick cancel because you don't have charge because you just parried. So like, what do? You do Crouch Fierce into Flash Kick, or you do nothing. Oh, Bungus is here. In fact, I have fucking a bunch of missed messages, so he probably replied, and I just didn't see the fucking replies. I forgot that OBS meets Discord. What up? Always nice to have you, Bungus. What was I saying? Oh yeah, if Remy can't get Crouch Fierce, he can't get anything. That's a safe super. If you parry like a Shoto low forward and Crouch Fierce is out of the range, like what do you do? Low forward? Sweep? You have nothing. You have like no thing to do. That's a way that the engine fails Remy. Like sometimes you can get low strong Flash Kick, like if you punish like a fucking Shoto DP or something like that. And that's okay, it's not even great. But if you can't get that, then what do you get? You get nothing. If you can't get Crouch Fierce, you get nothing. And what's especially funny about that is Crouch Fierce doesn't lead to any of his supers. I mean, technically speaking, it leads to Super 1 and Super 2. But it's not very strong. You'd rather land them on the ground. You get reduced damage Super 2 if you get an Airborne Connect. And Super 1 loses hits as well. So not only do you have to use Crouch Fierce in all of your post-parry combos, but it's unoptimal to do Crouch Fierce in any combo with a super. Remy only has like fucking 4 combos that are even halfway decent. He can chain his jabs, that's kind of cool. You can do like 3 jabs into Flash Kick on some characters. It's not super useful, but it's cool that you can do it. You can't chain low short, and low short's the one you'd like to use because it's actually a low. Crouch jab can be parried in either direction, which is kind of obnoxious. In pretty much all the scenarios where you'd use it, you would prefer that it was not parried in either direction. Bristol, something got stuffed. Lights are not very valuable in this game, or rather they're valuable for confirming and nothing else. Maybe interrupting. But getting a point-blank crouch jab that you can confirm into another crouch jab into a reliable Flash Kick is not something Remy can really do. Even though it seems kind of good to be able to do crouch jab, Flash Kick, it actually has almost no purpose in his kit. I should actually stream Ape Escape. I've got some free time. That would be like a fun thing to do in the next couple days, is just stream Ape Escape. And then I could do Ape Escape 2 and 3. Haha, that'll never happen. But one could. I remember Ape Escape is actually surprisingly like long game. I only did like the first few levels, but actually there's a shitload of levels and a shitload of apes. One thing that's cool is you can re-explore levels later on with like new gear. And there's extra shit you can do. Oh, where's the fucking ducking cancel from that Stand Strong? I got one of them RG350s. You guys know what that thing is? It's the first little, like... I used to do a lot of gaming on a PSP. With, like, a modded PSP. Oh, he missed the red parry! That would have been kill. Oh, nice. Nice EXTP. What was I gonna say? Oh, it took, like... The PSP came out, like, fucking 13 years ago or something like that. It's, like, it's really old now. And finally, fucking cheap Chinese technology has caught up with what the PSP was in 2007 or whatever. So now you can just buy like a fucking cheap Chinese handheld that's like theoretically about as strong as a PSP. And a lot cheaper. Well, not really even cheaper. It depends. If you buy like a used PSP on eBay and you know how to mod them, then it's probably only going to be like $50 or something like that. I don't know. I haven't checked eBay in a long time. That's probably not that expensive. And PSP has good ergonomics too. Plus, it plays PSP games if you like those. Most most Chinese handheld fucking knockoff devices are um, not strong enough to play PSP games at full speed. Anyway, that market has suddenly blown up, and some of the nicer ones are actually stronger than PSPs. Like the PSP couldn't play in 64 games. It played fucking Mario 64 at like 3 FPS. But now some of the nicer ones will actually play N64 at full speed. So you've got Mario 64 on the go finally, except you already had it on your Switch. Anyway, unlike the PSP, this is where my story was going. The RG350 actually has 2 joysticks. And that means I could play games like Ape Escape. PSP only had 1 joystick. The D-pad on it's good. And the joysticks feel like Switch joysticks. Actually very similar. The analog sticks do have a clicky button. One thing that's super annoying about it, though, is that it doesn't have a sleep button, which the PSP did. It's like super weird there's no sleep mode. Whenever I want to turn it off, I have to fucking... I either have to leave it on and just have my game idling there like a fucking GBA used to be. Or I had to save state and then close the entire fucking thing. And then when I reopen it, I have to fucking find the last game I played. And then load state. It was one of the first games that used the sticks in general, wasn't it? I remember PS1 games initially had a Super Nintendo style controller. Well, it wasn't the same shape, but it had the same buttons. Just 2 joysticks, or two shoulders instead of 1. Yama's Kodaga 12. Look at that dash, instant air dash, fierce pressure. If you do a true instant air dash, you actually can't even get fierce. I'm doing well. If you do a low instant air dash, your heavies won't come out in time. This is a nice 12 play. Wow, a dizzy from 12. You love to see it. I've seen like fucking less than 10, 12 dizzies in all the time I've watched Third Strike. Oh, he tried to walk under it, but he couldn't. What was up with that? They're low profile. Oh, fucking 12 died in 10 seconds. It's so annoying. The only good 12 I've ever played was Dine. He was a good 12. Nice. The EX dive is really good for air-to-air stuff. EX axe. Oh, he's trying to walk under these jumps, but he can't. Ken's cross-up is too good of a button. Where are the anti-air super ones? Damn, Yama just went down. He got a dizzy and everything. "12 is novel. If you're not playing for money, 12 is a really cool character. And he certainly tests you. Lilac Super's not even that good. Does 0 damage. You're talking about low short super? It's kind of hard too. You gotta actually link the low shorts, they don't chain. But they do link. Very nice. This is Shinobu Urien. The Ken is Shibuya, which I think is a place in Japan. Uh-oh, this is a lot of damage. Couldn't. Oh, that was supposed to be a tackle, I think. Maybe. Urien won. Oro has a one-frame link of close jab into far short. It is utterly useless, but it's funny that he has it, because it's his only grounded link. He has no other fucking grounded links at all. He's got exactly one. It's that one. Every other combo Oro can do is either a juggle or a cancel. Dorama. Drama? It wouldn't change the game that much because there aren't that many links in general. And the super links are very easy already because of pianoing. The one change that I would make to third strike might be considered heresy by third strike players. If I could make any change at all, it would be allowing inputs during super freeze. I really think that's goofy that you can't do that. The reason parrying supers post freeze is so difficult is because inputs are not read during super freeze. So if you tap forward one frame before a super freeze ends, and then the super hits 2 frames later, you won't parry, even though your button press was within 2 parries of the super hitting, because the game just doesn't care that you just landed that you just hit a button, a direction. So if it's like a 2-frame super, which a lot of supers are, like fucking Dudley supers and whatnot, if it hits on the second frame, you have to parry post freeze, and you have to get like a 2-frame or a 1-frame parry. I think it's a 1-frame for 2-frame supers, because the 1 frame is the super freeze, so you've got exactly 1 frame to hit a fucking parry. I don't think it would change the game that much, but it would make chip supers a lot worse. But it'll also add a lot more like super parries, which I think are kind of hype. Most super parries are not hard except for the first parry. And people already don't go for them that much just because it is possible to get the parry even though it's really difficult. I don't see a problem with it being free, to be honest. What is going on here? I just want to watch some Yurian Yurian. I feel like I'm playing with the fucking VSync knobs. Cool reversal, and then he dropped it. Urian's top secret second launcher, EX headbutt. Cool. Oh, nice parries! Didn't matter. That's quite a difficult scenario to come out alive, and he did it. Leather clubs two doors down. I don't even remember what the meme is. Came to the wrong gym. That's a fucking real Sean. It's Bangus! I found it! I found Bangus! It's here! I've already watched this. He mashes jabs and walks in. Bungus, where are you? We found you. I gotta like this video so I never lose it. Bungus-san! Yes, here it is! This is the fucking patented Bungus Ibuki far jab is the best normal in the game. It's like +4 on block, +7 on hit or something. I may be making that up. It's got ridiculous frame data though. If you can't duck it, it's fucking ridiculous. Or ducks it though, so I don't have to care. Where's the game volume though? Hits on frame 3, +6 on block. There you go. There's some real numbers to replace my fake numbers. Oh, it's really that easy. It's that easy to play Ibuki. Walk forward jab. Yeah, this is really Bungus. Bungus went to Japan. This is him playing a fucking Sean in this tournament. Can you recognize the patented Bungus playstyle? Oh, you almost had the dizzy. So are you playing on stick instead of fights, instead of hitbox? When I play on stick, it looks kind of ugly. Derp's still around. I could probably say hi to him if I wanted to. What's that first kanji for Sean? I feel it's not Tooth, but it kind of reminds me of Tooth. The second one's Field, so it's almost certainly his last name. Field is like super common in last names. Da. Same as Honda. Same as Toyota. There's no way it's Tooth Field. I'm surprised he could do that. That was smart. It's a good jump. He's getting hit by every overhead. Kopan! That's jab. I feel like I've heard people say Chopin, but I always hear them say Kopan now. Maybe I made up that they ever said Chopin. It's a different pronunciation, the same letter. That was a medium rider that got stuffed, or wasn't timed right. Low strong, the meme normal. I would love to be playing these players myself. Nice. Aw, should have been ready for that. Everyone's going to do that. Remy has dash flash kick there. It's one of Remy's practical combos that uses partitioning. Nice. Jump, jump, jab, jab on the way up. What was that? I hate when Remy's do that. I've gotten hit by that before. They just like empty jump or they whiff a normal midair and they land in the EX flash kick immediately. And like most people take a throw there. It's super high risk, but the success rate's quite good. You got hit out of the fucking dash. By far fierce. That probably would have done half your health. If you weren't already dead to it. Aw, Bungus is gone. Mean. He tried to whiff punish that. Yeah, you did get some hits in. That was good work. Don't feel bad. I played against Hungby one time on arcade. And I played on stick and I lost. And then like a year later I played him on my pad versus his stick and I won 9-3. Chun-Li's backdash is weird to see. I love when I do that. If you just tap forward, sometimes you'll parry both of fucking Remy's EX low fireball hits. For whatever reason, even though the low fireball has to be parried low, the EX low fireball can be parried low or high, even though it has to be blocked low. So sometimes you'll just parry it if he throws it like right as you're moving in. And because the two hits are so close together, sometimes one parry can get both hits. If two hits are within 2 frames of each other, a single parry will nullify both. Close forward leads to super. On Chun-Li specifically, you can do... Oh, he jumped over her. He didn't want that. That's a good question. I don't know. If it does actually hit you midair, you parry it high. I don't remember if it hits you midair. I think it doesn't. It might. If it doesn't hit you midair, you'll be able to land into it. And as long as you didn't hit nair normal, you can, like, frame one low parry. But I don't remember whether it actually hits you while you're airborne. It's also possible that it hits some characters but not others while airborne. I imagine it hits you while you're airborne. And thus you will parry it high. That's a good question, though. I honestly don't remember if you like neutral jump and land on a Remy low fireball if you can just land into it or not. I remember that was a mechanic with Chun-Li in ST. Chun-Li in ST can do jump stomp. And if she lands on a Sagat low tiger shot with the stomp, it never connects with her. And then she lands and can block it immediately. So normally if she lands on a low tiger shot, she it punishes the jump. But if she does stomp, she can land into low tiger shots and block them. Which is especially weird because you can't normally block while landing in Street Fighter 2. But Chun-Li can in that context. Cool. Remy can put together some pretty cool anti-airs. The problem is they're not very rewarding. But in terms of like success rate, they're pretty good. Nima. Yeah, there is no context where you can do low parry midair though. Not as of third strike. Hitting down midair will never result in a parry. Aw. Low forward isn't max, is it? He could have got a little smidge more damage there. What is max damage for Chun-Li? Close roundhouse, I imagine? I think close roundhouse does more damage than back fierce. I think both of them do more damage than low forward. Close roundhouse is a little hard. It's not super hard. Like, once you have it, you kind of have it. I can do it, like, probably 9 times out of 10, and I don't play Chun-Li. But it's not free. The trick, if you don't know, is that Chun-Li's close roundhouse does not cancel the special moves. Oh, he did it. Maybe it was deliberate. But close roundhouse does cancel the super jumps, and super jumps can cancel into anything. Or rather, they can cancel into special moves or supers. Can they cancel the special moves? I think they can. I don't even remember. They can definitely cancel the supers. He probably could have flash kicked there. Actually, I don't know. He probably could have flash kicked there. Wow. Chun-Li. EX Bird got stuffed by Universal Overhead. The TC! Remy has 2 TCs and they're both memes. What was your question from earlier? Oh, she landed and low parried. We saw it. You found a scenario where it happened. I wasn't even looking for it. I didn't think it would happen. Someone verify Speb's footage as being good footage. Someone verify that that's indeed what happened so we all know whether you can low parry on landing. Or rather that you can't land into them. Akahoshi. I think that's a name. So like Red Star? Is this guy's name Red Star? The sun's a red star. Actually, it's more like a white star. Your homie? How good was their English? Do you get it? Looks good. Yeah, probably doesn't hit you midair. I think that was the one where I was like, I think that's how it works. It was indeed Red Star. Tommy. Chun-Li can't interrupt that throw. See how she parried and then Remy tried to throw her? If she did anything but take the throw, she would have gotten thrown. Even if she did something invincible, which I don't even think Chun-Li has anything invincible. Like at all. Anywhere. EX Bird has some invincibility, but not enough for it to cover the hit. I think EX Legs has no invincibility, but it might have some. Nice. I think SA2 has no invincibility. I think SA1 has no invincibility. I don't know about SA3. It might have some. I could go to End Summoner and look that up. Find out the case of Chun-Li's invincibility. What is this footage? Nice! You love seeing it. That's not invincibility, by the way. Chun-Li technically has no invincible frames during that super, but she moves during the freeze. So if she moves during something, if she moves through a hitbox, she never interacts with it. She moves while the game isn't active, if you know what I mean. Chun-Li was one of my mains in MBCI. She's fun in that game. She's fun in MBC3 as well. I think Chun-Li is like a slept-on top tier in MBCI. It's Ga. No, not Ga. Ba. Pa? I think it's Pa. Boopa. I read go and I was like, that's not a go, that's a ga, and I was like, no, it's not a ho, it's a ha. Chun-Li Dante. That's a cool team. There are a lot of viable teams in that game. There's a lot of like cheap ass strats, you know what I mean? Oh, there it is. I was gonna say he got the low forward on block and he could have just super canceled and just YOLO'd. And then he went for the raw super. Strider throw, Thanos Power Stone. So is that just Strider activate Ouroboros? And then if you get any connect, tag in Thanos for a fucking fat combo. Tag him Thanos for fucking 1 bar 600k damage. That sounds like a fun team. 7,000 damage, I guess. Not 700k. Where's all this footage? Why are they all so short? Thanos hit like a freight train. His teleport was kind of cool too. But I mostly remember his air super doing a fuckload of damage. And Power Stone usually adds like 1k to your fucking punish damage. Or your combo damage in general. A lot of people weren't very good with their Power Stone B&Bs, I noticed. If you play Power Stone, every fucking combo you land should have a Power Stone in it. Like, literally all of them. Unless for some reason you really need to preserve your, Oh, is that a punish? Nice. Unless for some reason you really need to preserve your wall bounce. And even then it's possible to preserve your wall bounce if you do Power Surge into tag and then have your incoming character bump the opponent before they can hit the wall. People don't talk about bump combos. Oh, cool. Crush Jab Super is pretty hard to do. Like, just the cancel is super fast. Parry into Crush Jab Super is one of the marks of a pretty good Chun-Li. Power Surge was really fucking good. Power Storm combos were really hard though. They were awkward. Same with Reality. Like your regular B&Bs might not work. That took some adjusting. You had to like do specific B&Bs for those storms. I guess that's probably true with the other storms. Those were the ones I usually played. But theoretically, your combos would change quite a lot for... With a Time Stone, you could still do normal combos. You just had better ones. Mind Stone, you had to do normal combos because it didn't change anything about your neutral. Soul, your combos probably changed. And Space, your combos probably changed. Wow. Oh my god. EX Uppercut traded and only got the first hit, and then I landed juggled out of it. Whoa. I actually love Elena. And I mean that, like, I want to marry her. Um, yes. Space was probably the best in general. Like, always. Even when reality had an infinite, I think space was probably the best. Soul was good, but it was countered by space. Space was really good for preventing Soul to, like, revive characters. I can't believe there are people that would rather have a big titty goth girl GF when you could have an African princess GF. She really is an African princess, for what it's worth. Oh, EX Torozon? That was weird. What the fuck was that? Yang has nothing invincible. Except Super 2, I guess. Which he didn't have. Was that a punish? That might have punished him on the way down. Like in his landing frames. Nice. What's the juggle? Do you have a juggle? Everyone tries, no one gets it. I don't know if it's character specific, I don't know if it ever works. There was probably another... He probably could have done another uppercut there. He got that one-hit high connect uppercut. EXDP has no invincibility for Yang, I'm pretty sure. It's not like a real DP, it starts with the roll for the EX one. Mori B, I think. That dizzy bar is looking kind of scary. Oh, there it is. He had a juggle out of that, I think. Probably could have won with that meter. Oh, went for the juggle and dropped it. What's funny is Yang Super 2 I think is invincible, but Yang's Ultra 2 in USF4 is not invincible, and it's one of the only Ultras in the game that's not invincible. So it's super weird that you can just beat it. I have very vivid memories of playing ranked one time when I was playing Evil Ryu and I was playing against the Yang. And I did like some string. I did like low forward into light stomp. And Yang mashed out Ultra 2 right before my light stomp hit. And I was like, oh shit, GG. And then my light stomp hit him. Just interrupted the Ultra. And it dizzied him. And I was like, huh? That could have been super cancelled. With punish. Nice, nice! Love seeing it. Oh, good confirm. How could you spoon Hugo? I feel like if you put your arms around Hugo, you wouldn't even get halfway around him. I guess a hug isn't a necessary part of spooning. Totsuka Sensei. I recognize this kanji. It's literally just to make it more like SF2. I think chasing Dizzy is one of the most satisfying things in fighting games. I like it a lot in SF3 and I like it a lot in SF5. Getting a Dizzy is fucking nice. Oh, very nice. That's the pickup. If you get the wrong hits of lights, machine gun blow. It's just a constant looming threat in SF3. I think it should be harder in SF3 for some characters to get dizzy and easier for other characters to get it. And that's me speaking as Nora player. Oro gets dizzy too easily. I feel like dizzy is a way they can balance some buttons that are not very good. Dizzy is in alpha. Or it's in alpha 3 anyway, I don't know about 2. Alpha has a really famous glitch where you can stack dizzies by doing a custom combo through loops. If Alpha 1 does and Alpha 3 does, I think it's fairly easy to say that Alpha 2 probably does. I think during custom combos you don't build Dizzy though. I think attacks do 0 Dizzy. Yeah, having slow depleting Dizzy, but something the player can do to deplete Dizzy is like the perfect world, I think. SF5 is kind of close to that, but not all the way there. SF3, there's no way to deplete your Dizzy bar, so once it's high, you're just kind of stuck with that for the rest of the round, you know. It's like, well, Ryu hit you with most of an engine, so now you're at 90% stun. So you better not get hit for the fucking next 30 seconds. Oro has a way to reduce Dizzy. Oh, it was so easy there. All you had to do was ducking upper super. Or even just raw super. I think once ever have I used Oro's taunt to restore Dizzy. Oh, I got subbed. Chicken can end in the Dizzy. I mean the taunt. That's one of Oro's enders. Stand strong, fucking stomp ×2, and then stand strong 2 hits into taunt, and then restore some stun. Oh, only one hit. Good parry though. Nice punish. Oh, that would have killed if he hit it. That would have killed, that would have killed, that would have killed. You hate to see it. Had the kill combo and dropped it. Aww. Excuse me. Try not to sniffle too much. I hope I feel absolutely okay tomorrow. I hope that this isn't COVID, or maybe I hope that it is COVID, but I have an extremely mild case. My only symptom is sniffles. It feels like hay fever. I've got like a very mild congestion, but also I've got like a burning in the back of my nose, which I don't normally have with colds. But I doubt it's hay fever because it's fucking winter and I never get hay fever anyway. I've gotten hay fever once in my life and it wasn't even on this continent. It was in Europe. It was in England. And it was bad. I couldn't even open my eyes. You guys ever had hay fever? One of my friends has really bad allergies, and he's constantly on Benadryl. Like, I've never seen him not on Benadryl. I've been to London a bunch of times, actually. It's a cool place. The stomach flew. Where'd it go? 'Twas a flea and a fly and a flew, and they didn't know quite what to do. Said the flea, let us fly. Let us flee, said the fly. So they flew through a flaw in the flew. Nice, good anti-air. I went to London because I have relatives there. Because I myself, technically speaking, am English. If you're asking me. My dad is from London, my mom is from Portsmouth. Technically speaking, I have 100% English blood, but I was born in the States, in Illinois. Ooh, very nice. One time I had a professor ask if anyone was born in Illinois, or ask if anyone had been to Chicago, and I was like, I was, it was like, have you ever been to, have you been to Illinois? Have you been to Chicago? And I was like, oh, I've never been to Chicago, but I was born in Naperville, and it turns out Naperville's like a fucking borough or something in Chicago. I had an English accent when I was a kid, but then once I went to school, it kind of went away.
ただ今年のイズムってことですよね。その大人のサードイズムをしっかり入れてきたという。いい差し替えしちゃった。さあここはまあでもお互いビギナーズ同士の対戦なんで今日は何が起きるかわからない。
It hasn't happened in a while, but every now and then I use the British word for something, or the British pronunciation. Some things my like parents said, and it's like I couldn't tell if it was like the British way of saying it or if they were just weirdos. Like in America, everyone says vitamin, but my parents both said vitamin. It's like the English people say vitamin, or my parents just weird. I go to the just the fucking California ones, and that's it. Fuck other majors, but I do go to a lot of the California ones for what it's worth. Back when SoCal Regionals was a thing, I went to like all of them. No, my parents have like Americanized accents. Well, my mom has an Americanized accent now. Fuck Evo. Aluminium. Everyone's always like, oh, why is it like Americans say aluminum? Why do they say aluminum? All the other elements are EM. And then it's like, what about platinum? Aluminium is a super weird one because the guy who named it, I guess, I was saying discovered it is really weird. He wanted to name it aluminum, and then it's like, no, you should call it aluminium because it's more consistent with the other elements. It's like the guy who invented fucking GIFs. And he's like, I think it should be pronounced GIF. And then it's like, well, it stands for Graphical Interchange Format, and graphical starts with a G and not a J. But he's like, oh, I want GIF. It doesn't really matter. Oh. No super cancel. I think it was objectively a good idea there. I think maybe we just didn't. No, I don't know. Maybe his cancel got fucked up by that cross under, and he like couldn't get the super or something. Ah, the back fierce on the down run house. It's annoying seeing that beat other heavies clean, but I guess it's not like fucking Makoto down roundhouse is a good button or anything. I say one Makoto. This is gonna kill, isn't it? Stand fierce dash mode super. Ah, you hate to see it. It's alright. It's like maybe better that he didn't get that. Maybe he didn't want it. Okay, he won anyway. He didn't even spend any bar. Look, he literally better because he didn't get the combo. But if he got that link, it would have stunned, and then he would have won. That's all I'm saying. What about Jeff the Hero? Isn't that a guy? I haven't thought about that guy in forever. Isn't he like an FGC guy? I seem to recall it was an FGC guy named Jeff. Jeff with a G. You know what I hate is Stephen with a PH. I knew someone in high school whose name was Stefan. And not like Stefan like Stefan or something like that. It was just like literally Steven. But he pronounced it Stefan. And it just fucking... It just like confused me so much. It's like, are all the Stevens actually Stefans? Or is it just you?
スタイルヨウさん
Sheen Bean
ただヨウ
or
さん
Sean Bond.
12とやったことないですよねほとんどこれはねやってねえとわかんねえんだわ
Remember when Sean Bean was in Silent Hill and he didn't die?
あそう
Even though it was a fucking horror movie? And even though the character he was based on did die?
もうちょっといるか6、7人
And even though Sean Bean dies in every movie he's in? It's fucking incredible.
あ前マジ
Oh, nice. That was a scary one.
前に来たさあまさかまあでもじゃあ2チーム作れねえんだプレクーペやべえな
For what it's worth, Silent Hill had a sequel, and Sean Bean's character died in the sequel, which is when that character dies, I guess, technically in the games.
やべえ
But the movie already diverted quite a lot from the games for the first one. And also, I don't remember if it was Sean Bean in the sequel.
意外やりづらそうですねお互いやりづらそうですね
Sorry if I just spoiled Silent Hill Revelations to anyone who hadn't watched it.
うわーやべえ今の
The movement actually does look really fucking horrible. Makoto has stiff movement in general. It's fast, but it's stiff.
だったら終わる
12 actually has good replies for that scenario. Or not good, but like, the ability to instant air dash is surprisingly good.
ショーン12
Yes, Pyramid Head should not have been in the movies.
したか12
I know, you know, we all know.
誠はだって下から3番目で
James wasn't in the movies, I think.
そう一応ね
But I don't remember Silent Hill Revelations at all because I've only seen it one time.
0.5ゲーム
But I don't think he was in it.
0.5ゲーム差ぐらいそう
The real fucking complaint... I get why they put Pyramid Head. He's iconic. He's a good design. The real problem is Pyramid Head being in Silent Hill Homecoming. Now that was a what the fuck.
ここで登場
But for what it's worth, even in Silent Hill 2, there's like fucking posters of Pyramid Head in the museum or whatever.
画面端ったらやることないんですよこれ
So it's like he's a character who exists in the lore of the town, not just in James's
カー
head.
ド
He has relevance to James.
逆らえねえんだあれ
But it's not like it, like even in the context of Silent Hill 2, it's not like a cardinal sin to have him show up elsewhere. Everyone always brings it up. It's like, why is Pyramid Head in anything else?
東海館
But even in Silent Hill 2, he was like an established character.
初登場なのか
What are the posters in James's head? Now you got me there. That's true.
S54 さんなのかどっちかわかんない
What if the entire town of Silent Hill was in fucking James's head?
初めて来たかもしれないめちゃくちゃ似てるという同じ人だった
I mean, it's not purely the fucking person being crazy, you know? Silent Hill has some weird power in and of itself.
これはエレクが確定しましたそして知ってた同好会さん知ってましたやるそうなんだ
So that was Silent Hill showing James that fucking thing. Wasn't James just making it up?
詳しい小系
Remember the butcher
と言ってる間
from Silent Hill 0?
お前それ Q のやり込み足らんから
He was kind of cool actually, but also I hated that he existed. Takahashi,
これはヨウさんは
low short. Oh,
相当に頑張って
he got the taunt off. It was a good blood taunt. Oh, two taunts, two taunts. Okay, one taunt.
マジで
Oh, I got two taunts anyway. Okay, GG. This is now a fair matchup because Q has all three taunts. Silent Hill is indeed set in Kindergarten Cop. Silent Hill 1. The school is based on the school from Kindergarten Cop. That's the fucking source they used for what American schools are like. What, a fourth taunt?
それ誰が書いたのそれ全然やり込んでないじゃんそいつ何それ
The big thing about this matchup is it's hard to get the taunts off, but once you've got them, you've got them. The fourth one does nothing.
91誠が9で
They stack up to 3.
そんなカードねえからさすがに
I'm waiting for some light slaps. Where are they? Oh, low short's
じゃ
good.
あもう
Yeah, jump jab. That's a unique normal. It's active for the entire jump.
91はない8で9有利
There's a few jabs like that, but not many. All jump lights work like that in ST.
ピン
Oh.
したらやることないんだよ
Could have been a better punish. Could have been close forward super. Poof. Oh, he's just going for the taunts. Yeah, I think that's the play. The taunts are hard to get in this matchup. This Q player is doing well. This is a difficult matchup. In Kuroda's bullshit tier list that was like Q apologist tier list, it was still I think a 6-4 in Makoto's favor. And in a lot of more traditional tier lists, it's a 7-3 or an 8-2. Ooh.
天才
I'm not saying Kuroda's wrong.
今の立ち
If anything, he probably has a very advanced knowledge of how good Q actually is.
やめました
And for the record, you can find him versus... Oh, wrong slaps? He did heavy slaps and they like whiffed. Nice. That's a really hard red parry.
削りが減るんだよなこれ
It didn't really matter that that was a red parry because the window was the same. It was one frame post freeze.
GK さんお願いします
Yeah, Kuroda versus Tominaga, he made it look like it was fair.
えロボトミーにはやばいよ年齢的に
So, like, Kuroda's probably right, to be 100% honest. Kuroda's numbers are probably the correct numbers. But the problem is you have to be as good as Kuroda to make those numbers correct. Like, when other people make, like, a 7-3 in Makoto's favor, it's because when they play, it is a 7-3 in Makoto's favor because they're not as good as Kuroda. Like, both tier lists are accurate for the player skill.
さあこっから
Kuroda's just a better player. So if you're playing Q 100% correctly, the matchup's better.
あでもエレナ GK さんはあれですね
But are these guys? Is Takahashi playing Q at that level?
パワハラは全部ヒーリングなんじゃねえかっていうお前から来いよ
Midair? You can't quick stand that. He didn't fuck up. It just can't be quick stood.
うん
The last hit before the
さあ GK さんこれは
before he landed was a super.
感じですね
Nice. She's actually grounded for that.
ここはさすがに厳しかったかうんね
That super has quite a lot of invincibility. That can be used to go through Denshin, for example.
判定みたいのは浮いてるけど
And fireballs in general, actually.
そう
Like, you can do it on a fucking, on a Hadoken.
もうヒーリング使って1から10まで説明しても
Oh, there must have been something better there. I don't know what it is, though.
なかなか
Q's only cancels on a close button. So he couldn't get it there. So his punish was probably like fucking maybe a medium if he had one. Like low forward or something.
早いよね
But if no medium hit in time, then his punish was like a light.
相手のリズムに乗って
That's the taunt setup.
お
That crouch freeze is a real low.
あ本当ボンバーガールマンボンバーガールマンそういうこと
I don't think this. I don't know. I don't know how this matchup is. I think Elena might be able to crouch Q's dash punch, which means he probably can't do it in neutral. Oro can crouch the dash punch, and I think Elena in most cases is the same size as Oro when crouching.
時々見る
Okay, that's a good trade. Super good trade.
高橋さん対
Blood taunts are great in this matchup. You just taunt and you eat the
これ
damage.
はもう食らって OK の
I've talked about this one before, many times. He's got all 3 taunts now. The trick is that Q's taunts are free, but even after he gets all 3 taunts, Remy still solidly wins neutral.
昇進を選んでて
But Q's damage output is like 3 times Remy's, especially with all the taunts.
なんで
So it's like Remy has like a huge advantage in neutral. It's fucking SA3 Remy.
使えるんだ
It's actually SA3 Remy.
本当にお前も敵
This is the worst super in the game.
お前後でこれ
He could have done it right there.
見てからキトさん
Oh, he should have done it. Why are you picking it if you don't even do it? Fuck it.
お前変わるだろ大人に
Yeah, 2 parries on fucking the first 2 slaps, and then SA3 on the 3rd slap.
そのあれでしょ
That's the dream.
そう
Yeah, see the blood taunts? He's just fucking taunting like crazy. It's hard to prevent that for Remy.
でそれで終わった
Honestly.
サブタイトル見たら
Anytime you throw a fireball,
あれなんか意味
Q can
ない
just taunt and then eat the fireball and be better off for it.
お前だって
Ah.
主催だぞお前
You can see that Q gets so much more damage than Remy. The red parry. Light hands on block is only like -7 or something, or like -5. It's not very minus.
あれねサブ体力リード
You can punish with like supers, I think. Oh, nice. He did that predictably, but he could have honestly done it from reaction
エボジャえ
at that range and that
エ
timing.
ボジャパンの隣でエボジャパンやりましょうよみたいな
Damn. Fucked. Why was it Super 3 Remy?
お前だよ
That shit's bad. I was talking about Super 3 Remy recently. Someone asked me if it would be good without a Super Freeze in the Fight Kid chat, and I was like, better, but no, it would not be good.
何しろお前なんで高円寺
The really big thing about Super 3 is that you can't land it after a parry, and that's a huge deal for every super in the game.
え
Like, parry's your main setup for, like, all fucking everything in this game.
これ海の向こうから
Parry is the setup. Parry's the big difference between SF3 and every other game because it allows you to do punish combos everywhere.
海側
Let's...
最強の技が出ましたね
Even Hyper Bomb, which is an extremely shit super, you can parry and then land it. You know, we all know how bad Hyper Bomb is, but it's still better. Just because parry is a good setup.
追えないんですよ
Not having parry as a setup is a huge deal.
場合はさあ強いぞ足ピッピだけでこれ終わるからねこれ本当に
Blood taunts are good in this matchup. No!
お掴まれてで
Shut the fuck up.
いやー
Tries to chip her out with slaps. He could die to a super and then like an extra throw or something like that.
なんかこう白い歯見せると
Okay, stayed short.
危ねえんだよ白い歯見せると危ねえんだわ
It's just a cool name,
しっかりここは
isn't it? Is it? I can't tell.
最終
Maybe it's a really stupid name.
お互い
He could have super confirmed that. Oof.
おでもこれは高橋
That could have been the forward.
だが春麗のこの
Gal classically has really good normals, but it's hard to say whether they would be good in this engine.
前からの前
But that's like a big difference between Remy and other characters. Oh, he's taking the chip.
これは残らんな残らんな
Chun-Li tried the parry. Missed it.
ミスタードーナツさん
Mr. Donut song.
ミスドミスド
Yeah, the problem is the way that fireballs don't build meter is kind of universal.
ミスタードーナツいつも入れてなかったね
Misda.
提供入れてる
Misto. Excuse me.
まだそうだよねそっか本日の東西線の提供は
Gal would suffer from a lot of the same problems Remy does, such as having nothing to do after a parry.
職人ありがとう久しぶり今年もこれ下段なんですよねそうね職人今年もよろしくやべえうまいよベンベン
Nice combo.
ベン
Two taunts. That was in time, wow. I thought it was too late.
入ったけど PA してっとね
Saying fireballs give your opponents free pressure is a bit dishonest.
やばいこれ完全体
They do give your opponent free meter, but you do have to stop and parry, and the opponent can move in that time. So technically speaking, fireballs have screen control even when they're parried. You can use a fireball to approach a little bit.
おマジ長え
You might get punished if you dash in after it and it gets parried, but if you walk in after it, you're usually alright.
9も助走つけて殴るレベルさあ現在現役で最強のチュンリー
There's no like saving Remy. The thing I was thinking about was like Guile, Mega Guile.
が
If Remy had close fierce into light cold blue kick as a combo, that would be so good. Just to have anything that actually did decent damage after a fucking parry that didn't require super.
あっちゃーまあまあまあしょうがないね
If you had close fierce into EX cold blue kick and it comboed.
まだあるよ
That one change would maybe fix Guile. I mean not Guile, Remy. Buffs to regular and EX cold blue kick. You know what would be really cool if EX cold blue kick wall bounced and it comboed from close fierce. That would actually make Remy like maybe good. If you did nothing else. It wouldn't even make him great. Like, isn't that a huge buff? Take this move you can't combo into at all and make it so you can combo into it from a close fierce and then make it so it leads to like flash kick. Close fierce, EX, cold blue kick, flash kick.
強キャラやるじゃんかよ
And yet, even with that, it's not like Remy finds close fierce very easily.
さすが渋谷さんお願いします
That would be like a fat fucking buff. And it still wouldn't make Remy a good character.
はい
There was like another super good Remy who started showing up, and I was like, wow, this guy's really fucking good. It reminds me of Piero. Then it turns out Piero just changed his handle. I was like, oh.
これは荒らすさすがに厳しい
Oh, nice confirm. It's hard to do. It's not that
う
hard.
わーマジか
It's nice though. Nice.
さあこっからどうするの何で暴れんの何で暴れんの絶対やると
Oh,
思っ
okay.
た絶対やると思ったからあれ嘘うわー読んでたダッシュが暴発したってだからそれが暴発だっつってんだろうが
EX Bird again.
ねえマジで
I wonder if that's good versus Ken. Doesn't Ken have halfway decent meaties? That didn't even combo, I don't think. Maybe it did. No, it did.
マジでアナゴさんそういうこと怪獣
I think one of the forward strikes made it so Remy's Super 2 got full damage on airborne opponents. And that's quite nice. Maybe you can do flash kick cancel to super and it's actually good.
俺の中でゴジラの映画
Remy's supers are not horrible though, to be honest. He doesn't really need help there. Super 1 and Super 2 are decent.
昭和
Remy's problems are elsewhere.
勝っちゃうんだよねキングギドラにそうマジで
He went for 2 parries maybe? He didn't punish the EX
でもあれ
headbutt.
EX ヘッドブロック
Probably because he was waiting for the second parry, which never came.
あるよね多分ねさすがに
Very difficult scenario.
やべ寒い
You're like probably gonna lose as Yuri in here, but you'd like Chun-Li to spend some meter to just chip you out to be safe.
こっから
If you get a full jump in, you probably still can win.
あるのか
Yep, there you go. See, he got Chun-Li to break the bar.
ファミさん今気合入ってましたよ最後
Triangle chips. Should have got the strips.
マジで
It's whatever. I will eat a chip in any shape.
なんであれ下振れできるかね
What are they? What's the brand? You got them mission chips? Whenever you go over to someone's place and they got the huge bag of fucking yellow mission chips.
あーおかわり入りました
Love Urian's corner pressure. Oop, never mind.
マジかよ
Tostitos.
からの
That was my favorite when I was a kid.
お
I always ate them plain because I just liked the fucking salty chips. Didn't need help.
いや
That was like my favorite food.
いや
I can like buy them now. That's a weird thought. I like never think about buying corn chips anymore.
いやー確かに今日のリス
That's like a super weird thought. I haven't thought about that in forever. It used to be one of my all-time favorite foods.
いい
And
よ
now I'm an adult. I can just go to a store, any fucking supermarket, go to the fucking chip aisle and buy some.
いいよ綺麗タミさん綺麗だよ
I feel exactly the same way I felt when I discovered that you can just buy cakes and they're not even expensive. I was like 20 when I realized that. It's like if I wanted to have a cake, I can just have one. I can just buy a small cake for like $6.
なんでいつも通りなんか台形とか押せばよかったのいつも通りやればよかったのね
With juice? I buy juice all the time. I never go to the supermarket and don't buy
う
juice.
わーこれは
Most of it, unfortunately, it's all my friends who saved all the cake war picks, so I don't have most of them.
そうマジあるよ
It's a shame because I'd love to show most of them off, but the only one I have is the fucking minion,
うわーまあまあまあまあまあまあ
because that's the one I took a picture of myself.
うわーなんだ
Good low
こ
forward.
れ
Ah, I can't believe I just looked at a Chun-Li using low forward and said good low forward.
なんだ
Heresy.
ふざけんなよこ
I've been eating better lately.
れいいよ
I've lost a little bit of weight. I go through cycles of eating really healthy and eating really shitty.
はいはい
and the cycles are like 3 months long each.
いいよ。
I'm like, I've been losing weight. I can afford to eat a fucking drumstick ice cream after work, and then I think that like 5 days in a row, and I have 5 drumsticks in 5 days.
はい。
Nice. Konitan is really good.
よし。よし。ありがと
Or it's like, oh, I haven't had McDonald's in like 5 months. Time to get McDonald's. How about are you?
う。そうね。じゃあ、ここからの
I got McDonald's for the first time in 5 months just recently. You guys want to know my McDonald's order? But we all have to say our McDonald's orders, okay? Mine is a McChicken with no mayo and an M&M McFlurry, and then an large
そうだね。
light lemonade.
神保町
All
で
right, all of you go. What do you get at the McDigs?
やべえ、これ順番変えてえな。
You could have canceled that in the super.
俺先出ていい？
Nice. That was good reaction.
俺先出てんだけど、これ。やべえ、コリタン頑張って。
Oh, look at all these orders. Spicy McChicken, Big Mac.
レボリューさんのそういえばその、うわ、お前今年やんねえって言
5
った
tasty
な。
cheeseburgers.
おい、お前今年やったな、今な。
Damn, I'm getting hungry. Just looking at all these McDonald's orders.
やるよ。
Oh, nice confirm!
いい。
That's rare. It's really fucking hard to combo out of Necro's dive kick.
コリタン頑張って。ガッツ。
Holy shit, that's like one of the first times I've ever seen Necro combo out of that. You guys all see that? Oh.
うわ。忍先輩。
Two large sprites? Holy fuck.
そうね。
Jesus.
さあ、副将の忍くん。
でも今のね、
はい。
Oh, nice. Cool anti-air.
対空緊急パン。
Very neat one. He got the fireball as the anti-air starter and then walked in for a fucking crouch fierce. It was a super cool combo. Great convert. He's been in that scenario before.
うわ
Very novel.
今投げられてなかったバックスで。
Two large sprites is honestly one of the worst things you could possibly
ー、
order
やべえ。
あ、ダブル入るよ。
in terms of like health. I mean,
やべえ。
it's a lot easier to overdrink calories than overeat calories.
危なかった。危なかった。2段目だ。
And a large sprite probably has a shitload of calories. You probably get like 500 calories of just fucking fluid, or like 600.
こいつやだ。
Look at all those fucking bath helps.
やだ。
やだよ、これ。
You probably get 500 calories and you're not even like full.
じゃあもっと応援しなきゃ。
Nice. 2 parries into DP.
忍くん頑張って。
Nice, big damage. No, never mind. He didn't have charge.
あ、いい。
If you can get that meter. Oh, never mind. He's. There it goes.
もうほんとも
Large sodas in US are pretty big. They're not huge in McDonald's. They call it a large, but it's more of like a. I mean, it is a
う。あ
large.
そこ上なんだ、やっぱり。
上だけど、あのタイミングはね、頑張れば出さないのができるから。
あ、そ
But
う。
like large McDonald's is smaller than large from a lot of other places.
やばー、マジか。
さあ、行ってらっしゃい。
ふざけんなよ、これ。
さあ、ケンマコト。
Nice.
アクションカメさん面白いね。
Oh, it's Tommy.
さあ、ノーゲージの端は大チャンス。大チャンスです。
Oh, does that even work on Makoto? It might only work on crouching Makoto or standing. I don't know.
ガードしてる。ガードしてる。
The taunt. Bullying Tominaga.
富永さんが嫌になってます。
Is that okay?
さあ、消極的なのかもしかして。嫌になってるのか。
Nice. That was a super good jump back, and he got a super good combo, but he didn't convert it. I think he didn't believe that it would be a combo. He was like this low forward. Oops, I hit it too late. I won't super cancel just to be safe, but then it was in time. It's not super precise to get Ken jump roundhouse into low forward, but it's like a little precise. Oh, Tommy can win off this, can't he? No. No way. For some reason I thought he could get like a dizzy off of it, but it's like the screen position was wrong and he didn't even get the right starter. You only barely get the dizzy with the Karakusa starter, and you don't get it at all with Same Fear starter. I think. I only drink low calorie juice. If it turns out that fucking artificial sweeteners give you cancer or something, I'm fucked. Low calorie juice is like 90% unsweetened cranberry juice, and then like some kind of flavoring to make it taste like something else. Nice. Yup. Oh, Tommy Ganaga got most of it. Oh, I'm gonna die. Look, right there. I'm dead. R.I.P. me. I only drink things with artificial sweeteners. I'm gonna die. Ibuki. I was having a lot of stomach upsets, and I cut tea out of my diet, and I started having them less. The tea I was drinking had citric acid in it, or not, well, yeah, citric acid, but it had lemon juice. And I was wondering if that was contributing to the acidity of my stomach, because I was getting acid reflux all the fucking time. So I cut it out and I got better, but not fully good, but better. Ooh. He punched the rose. Wait, go back. Look, he hit it. No, never mind. It hit him. After the rose is parried, they can still be interacted with by both players. Chocolate fucks up my stomach just a little bit. I eat it anyway because I like to live dangerously. Being healthy sounds less good than eating chocolate. Low short, super. I like seeing Super 1 from Dudley. That TC. Oh, wake up Hien. It's kind of cool. I was like, the damage difference isn't huge between Super 1 and Super 3 Dudley, but then I labbed it and it turns out the damage difference is actually pretty huge. Super 1 Dudley's a lot stronger. But the most important thing for Dudley is having a super at all. You always want to have your overhead and low have the threat of a super. So cheap supers are better. I'll have you know DPs aren't safe, they're -5. Very safe pressure. Dudley's being smart though. Oh, that was far fierce cancelled. The top secret Ibuki meme. This could still happen. Super is starting to look kind of threatening from Ibuki. Never mind. Two Dudleys. Nagatsu. Never seen this Dudley in my life. Versus Honorin. Who needs frames? I'll watch Jerky Third Strike any day of the week. What's weird is this actually looks really sharp, and then it jitters.
意外とロケンパと。
キャラは後出しじゃんけんに立ち上げて振った方が勝つ。
なるほど。
It's like I'm watching really ugly 60 FPS
からの
when normally we watch 30 FPS.
はみ出したら確かに当たるから捨てるみたいな。
ちょっとこの俺もカニが欲しかった俺も。一番なんであんな下段からあんな減るんすか。
The stamina houses that can just lead to EX machine gun blow that also counter poke fucking half the shit Dudley has. It's pretty weird. He just has like a god counter poke button that works well against himself. Oh, that was a medium ducking. He accidentally got low forward. The red. That red is pretty low risk to go for.
このじりじりとかじ
ですね。
Fun fact: Dudley's EX short swing blow is actually -3, so like Ken can punish it with Shipu, even on block. Oh, preheat was here and he told us that. Preheat came in, he was like, "Fucking Bungus made soup."
かみさんがデブすぎてここのモニターの前で
That warms my heart.
この今年といじる
It is good, isn't it? I want to make it for all my friends too. It's such a simple soup, but it's so fucking tasty.
なんかさ
Like if I found out I had to eat it every night for the rest of my life, I wouldn't be mad.
なんかやたらする前に
なんかこ
And
う
it's cheap.
テーブルのせいかと思いきやいや冷静に考えたらカミが普通にデブだった
It'd be even cheaper if I cut out the chicken.
やってくんないほんと
It's not like the chicken's a super essential part of it.
登場が児玉さん
Nice.
さあダートコーク
そっかこれ伊吹はどこでも入るんだっけその多少離れててもダートコーク
Don't you watch Cooking with Bath?
離れても誠
I made a chicken gnocchi soup.
誠がね入りづらいんだよ確か
But yeah, it would just be soup without the chicken.
しかも孫とどっちがって息吹減るからねまず
そういうことあこのしゃがみくらいでバラ
しゃがみくらいダメージ防御力
I put that video up, I was like, people are gonna criticize the way I fucking cut vegetables. But then instead of criticizing the way I cut vegetables, they were like, Bath, you could have killed yourself.
怖怖
This cutting board that's sliding around, this dull knife, Bath, you almost died.
の方がね
I was expecting to just get my fucking form mocked. I wasn't expecting people to fucking fear for my life. I have a super short knife, it's hard to cut carrots long. It's also a super short, super dull knife. Makes it even harder to cut carrots long.
フォークが出なくてゲージが
I considered not even having the carrot cutting in the video. I was just like, yeah, whatever. No, I have not gotten new knives, but I haven't even cooked since then. Or rather, I haven't cooked anything that required cutting. Because I did make a cake.
さあいい感じに
そうだね
さあ暴発した分ダットルンターン来たあうまく逃げましたね
おおうまいしっかりとこの危機を乗り越えてさあ落ち着いて児玉さん落ち着いてどっかで削り殺すと
Now I want to see your fucking
気を匂わせ
chip out again.
さあお
What's that called? The cherry tap.
さあ昇竜でこのまま
Let's go look at it. Oh, it's... No, that was it. That was it. No, that wasn't it. No, where was it? Oh, her chip out potential. For some reason I thought you were talking about the animation. And I thought she got cherry tapped. That's not even the same thing as chip. I'm just high. It's 4 a.m. Beth.
さあ続いて登場が
Jury's chip... I mean, Jury. Ibuki's chip out is super good. It's like maybe the best in the game. That parry's pretty hard, and even if you get the parry, she's safe. That's really the key.
でもいますよねあっちの一回死ん
まあ一応オーバーカワリってことかな
あそう
It's alright, I only had 6 hours sleep.
あのフラッと新宿行ったら新宿にもいて
あ
That was a 2 p.m. to 8 p.m. Beth.
公園とかあっちの方なのかなと思ったんだけどあでも池袋と
6 hours is actually, like, you know, well enough for me.
これ9号が
Nice.
めっちゃ辛いのこれ
めっちゃきついダットリュ
No one can punish it, that's the whole point.
いやでも児玉さんが9号線をどれだけ頑張って
なのに大平さん勝っていくやる
It's only unsafe if you do, like, the full 5, and they parry it, and they're cornered so they don't get pushed back.
探りやっ
It is such a good super, but the fact that it's so hard to confirm in general is kind of the balancing factor. The fact that you can't really do it after a parry, for example.
大平さんのゲージがマック
I mean, maybe you can. Oh, nice. Maybe you can do like parry into medium kick, uppercut, super, something like that.
うおうまい
But oftentimes that won't get very much damage on the super.
逆に言うとああいうことやらないと勝てないまである。
Yeah, I knew that.
はいはいはいうまいなそしてこれはもうガン下がりモードお前は体力を奪われているんだろうと
Well, the thing is, if they're blocking the heavy one, they're probably full screen.
この沖のね空中のね大差がめちゃくちゃ強いんだよな
You wouldn't really do instant air into the heavy one most of the time. Maybe you would.
大平さん、キャラ
If you're super low to the ground, you might need the heavy one to pick up the hits.
これよかったこれはもう命を削ってまで出ましたからねあのイベント
I'm always asleep under the covers. If my body isn't covered, I have a hard time even falling asleep,
この15連
which is a pain at the super hot months. Because I'll be too hot, but also I have to be under something.
本当村みたいなもんですからね
ほぼビルですからね。
必ずこの組み合わせ出てきますお
ちゃんとシュートでないと。
じゃあここは
It's funny, I have such a hard time falling asleep. I need like the perfect context. No, I mean, I don't struggle to fall asleep, but if the conditions aren't ideal, I have to make the conditions be ideal or else I can't sleep. But like when I'm actually trying to sleep, it usually happens pretty fast. But then sometimes my cat's on the ground and I'm fucking chilling with him, and I get down and I pet him,
これね
and I'm just lying on the carpet, and then I fucking wake up an hour later. It's like, what the fuck?
ダッシュ投げとか行くしかね
When I'm in bed at night, I have to fucking,
投げに
I have to be under a blanket, I have to be at perfect temperature,
出るけどまだまだ様子見をしなきゃいけ
I
ない
need a pillow,
団体力が追いついて
all this fucking shit.
だが時間が迫ってきているあー痛いこれは痛い
And then I can just lie on the ground next to my cat,
これは
and
辛
I
い
fall asleep like that.
さあ
Oh, he didn't get a punish there.
にはなんなかった。
謎のあれ中断なんだよねあれやばいよね
He's not going to be able to kill in time. No way.
これは
This is not gonna happen. Just take the meter build.
しかもガッとしっかりと忘れねえだろうと
Lying on the ground in my fucking living room.
令和
Oh, taunt? Or, no. Just dashes.
今度当然
What was I going to say?
いつでも来てく
I
ださい
forgot.
誰か
Nice.
しらいる
My cat's name is Max. Oh yeah, one of my friends, we got him a body... It was me, I did it. I got him a body pillow
から俺が
for one of his birthdays.
ゲージ取ったらもったいないかな。
遊び相手になるって
2つある時点でルグレ打てないから。
ああ
食らっても確定しちゃう。
Time for the entire chat to decide whether Bungus is Chad or cringe
持ってるだけで強い。
for having what's probably a vinyl scratch body pillow,
レミーからルグレを取り上げたらやることない
based on my
よ
knowledge of Bungus.
やべえな
If you do something cringe, but you own it, is that Chad?
いやでも意外とこの飛び出さされてこの
And when I say own it, I don't mean like literally own, but I mean like you rock it, you know?
落ち着いてますね。こうなったらもう相手狙いで。
相打ち OK
Is it Chad to be unashamed? I immediately want to say yes, but I think a lot of furries are unashamed, right?
さすがのオイラー。
If you just don't give a fuck, I think that, you know, I think that's a little bit Chad.
今 2045X さんそして
Nice whiff punish.
から本日差し入れお菓子の差し入れをいただいておりますいろいろありますがなんとこれはゲーセンの多分
I think a really big part of being based is that it has to be something that's like, it's normally something that people might be ashamed about, right? That's the whole point of fucking base god. You take something that might be shameful and you fucking turn it into something you're proud of.
これみんな後で今
Nice.
アガースって言ってこれチョコレート食べてくださいなんかチョコレートスナックとチョコレートなんちゃらがいろいろ入っております
Ah, that was nice.
試合を見ていきましょうさあビンタビンタ今のは高めのガードだから
It's fine, bro. She's 2D. She doesn't have an age.
そうです
I mean, technically speaking, I think that's accurate.
何の情報もちょっと
2D girls don't have an age.
何の情報も
Or rather, their age might be 5 minutes if they were just drawn.
ゲーセンの大きいゲーセンの
What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, I got one of my friends a body pillow. And it's Megumin, who's from a show I've never even fucking watched.
やべえ
Konosuba.
スタンチが真っ赤っか
But one time he was talking about his like ideal fucking
ぐらいしたんだよね確かねね
I forget. I don't remember if it was his ideal body type or his ideal personality type.
バーサス
But he like cited Megumin. He's like I want a girl who's like kind of like cute and not like sexy.
からの距離は
And his example was Megumin.
あーダイハード
Anyway, I remembered that, and fucking years later, I got him a Megumin body pillow.
結構上見てるんですよね
I was like, here you go, now you can sleep with her. And he was like, wow, what the fuck?
俺も結構気にされたんだよバーサスはね UFO
What's funny is I got him a safe for work one,
UFO キャッチャーの代わりにいろんな
and he was like, why wouldn't you get me a lewd one?
虫
That's like precisely what he said. He's like, if you were gonna go in with this fucking present, you should have gone all in. And I was like, bro, you're taking this home. Your fucking parents are gonna see this.
やばい画面
You're asking me why I didn't get you a lewd Megumin body pillow?
急に点
大平さん3人目で相当早いから
確かにあ大平さん3人目早いよおーしっかり
I think heavy SPD might have killed,
今さん今さん
but isn't super so much more fun to land.
みんなこれお菓子今さんからいただいたへえ
世界一より20秒遅い
Is that gonna be Bunkus's fucking body pillow?
渋谷さんそんなある
Everyone report him with what it is.
アルゴソの戦士 RTA11 クラス
If I could have anyone on a body pillow,
海外の覇者と20秒差って
そう世界1位と20秒差らしい
who would it be?
でもなんか最近流行ってましたよね RTA のなんか大会やって
Anyone on a body pillow.
それに出れたの
One time I saw a body pillow where the fucking pattern was just another body pillow. It was a body pillow of a body pillow.
RTA ジャパンそう
I've also seen one of a skeleton that I liked a
こ
lot.
れは何
Imagine cuddling with a
そ
skeleton.
れとも予選あり
It wouldn't be Elena. It would be one of my OCs from the video game I'm deving.
わかんないと呼ばれないんだあれ招待制なんだあれは
Dead serious, that's what it would be. I figured it out. Nice, good buffer.
渋谷さんがサードで有名になるよりも
I want to tell everyone about my OCs, but I'd rather just like save it until so I actually have a motivation to work on the
サ
game.
ードもあるよって言って宣伝してもらった方がいいんだ
But I like them both a lot.
あ
And I said both of them, but I just, you know,
ゼロ人
that's only the girls.
プレイヤー時刻0人ってやばいですね
I like the guys a lot too. I got 5 OCs for my game,
渋谷さん RTA されそうだよ
and I think they're all cool.
あ
ああまだだ
ーマジかよ
Oh, it didn't combo.
ってなかったけど削り
渋谷さんアルゴスの戦士やろう
6 years. I've only been working on mine for 2.
RTA ブーム来てる
Close to 2. 2 months, it'll be 2 years. I think.
俺あれだよ
I think I started in 2019 January.
俺モンスターランドできると思った知ってるモンスターラン
モンスターランドってセガのやつ
ドそう
You guys want to see the concept art for my game? I can maybe show
やってたそう
the assassin.
ヤックに鼻で笑われて
People like his design.
あお前できんないみたいな
あれみんなできる
そうみんなそう
Hugo's frame there looked super fucking weird.
俺らの世代多分みんなできる
そうでしかもヤック超うまかったんだ
No, it's not a fighting game, it's a platformer.
ベガ立ちしてなんか解説くんやるだけ
It probably will
キ
have
ャラになるっていう
combat mechanics that are approaching a fighting game.
あマジ
That's almost certainly. I'm probably gonna get something that's gonna end up. It's not gonna be like
強いですね
what's that fencing game? Nidhogg. It's probably not gonna be like Nidhogg, but it's probably gonna be like Nidhogg. Like the mechanics won't be the same at all, but it's gonna be.
あ本当賢く知ってるあ俺やってなかったあやってた
Ah.
あそっか
It's gonna be a similar idea of combat. Gonna be fencing
ワールドレコード
with like multiple things you can do.
渋谷さんのアルゴス情報24分
I wonder if that can combo. He'd stand strong into headbutt.
で渋谷さんのレコードが24分37秒
Fighting games to use assets to make a platforming game. They never do. Have you ever played Mortal Kombat Mythology Sub-Zero? Because if you ever played that, you would never ever want to fighting game companies to do that ever.
知ってるね。ベルカットさん。
Or what's the Batman one that's really shitty?
マジあれ面白いよ。
They like made a Batman beat him up
30円でいけ
based on
うわこれは
based on one of the Mortal Kombat's
最強
on like Super Nintendo, I think.
最強じゃんこれ津ヶ瀬
Batman Forever for SNES. You guys know. I guess I can take 2 seconds to find my OC. You guys can rate. Everyone can rate together. Here you go. I'm not showing it on stream. I'll just show it here, and anyone who clicks on it can see it. He's supposed to look like a bird. The ones on the right are all the prototype masks. I think I like the bottom left mask the best. It's not his real face or anything. He's just wearing a fucking bird helmet. I linked it in the chat. Alright, a lot of positive feedback. He's wearing a cape that's made of feathers. The main character of my game will mercilessly make fun of him. Is that cut off? Has that been cut off this whole time? Oh, because that video's not loaded. It was... Oh yeah, that was it. 'Cause now it's not cut off. There we go.
さあジュニアさん登場辛いキャラに当たってしまった
同じギガスだけど大浦さんちょっとタイプあるじゃない。
まあそうっすね
The cape will theoretically be thinner in game.
緩急があるぶっ込み型
I want it to cover his like arms and everything above his legs. He's wearing a suit of armor underneath the cape.
人工使いの中でだいぶ丁寧な方だと思います。
あーですね
Also, I'm just gonna throw out right now that it might not be a he,
よく見る方だと思いますねこ
but I'm not gonna go super hard on that.
うわーいってこれ
これアナゴさんの得意技です。得意技です。
Ooh, that looks good.
入っ
これ
た
もこれもジュニアさんの得意技です。
そっかまだ
Weird person in a bird hat wearing a cape of feathers
うわ
and also a suit of armor.
厳しいギガスないからね。
これキャラ差じゃないですかこれ普通に
キャラさです。間違いなくキャラさ。
完全にキャラ差今出ましたよ
Ugh. Non-EX Lariat.
さあぐるっと回してボーン
Shiko's done it a bunch of times
お
now.
マジ
Non-EX Lariat is like the biggest meme.
英語はちょっとゲージ食べたいですね。
そうですねやっぱゲージありきですかねここは
まあダッシュに投げようかなと。
さあでもこのスタンチがね溜まっていくその姿を見て
Lariat needs to be a lot fucking faster. That's like the only way they can save it as a move. There's like no possible way it fits into any of Hugo's kit.
でお
The only thing it could possibly do is be a ranged punish. And it's not very good for that because it's slow as shit.
だけどもあっという間に体力がひっくり返
まあ
って
何も食らえない厳しい。
マジあー
Wow!
軽
Huh?
下段無敵
Did we just see that?
軽きギガス。
Is that a Walk Gigas? Yeah, it was.
軽下段
It's gonna be a 2D game, but it's gonna be rotoscoped by yours truly.
できるそう空でヒューゴーの空ぐらいはバグで下段がね無敵あるんだよね
空中判定なんですよね。
まだ浮いてる
So I'm probably gonna be every character. Which might make it look kind of awkward because it's gonna be a platformer. So like I'm gonna have to do jumps and stuff.
あとといえばこの前のお物消毒会における
But that's like fucking way down the line.
の
I move at a
バ
snail's
リケ
pace.
ートとしての
さあこうパンから飲む
クニさん、松田さん、池子さんの絵はあれは熱かったですね。
I want it to be faster paced than Pop, but I want it to be the same kind of game.
ああうまい。
あーうまかったっすね
わあやばいよこれは。
What is it?
マジ
Just come in and type for the love of God and then say nothing.
それがサードストライク。
ただジュニアさん強いっすね
俺とピエロとジュニアさんは頑張ってる。
さあ次紙
中足砲翼戦9号戦は中足のヒット確認の砲翼戦をやれば OK。
その通り
Don't do controller support until you're porting a game to Steam with Steam input.
やり込みが違ったね。
That's so far down the line, I'll forget by the time it actually happens.
それこのゲームショーン使うのは禁止。いや禁止じゃないですよ。ショーンは本当富永さんも心が折れるぐらいのちょっと厳しいキャラですね。
It's Game Maker.
使うなっていうルールはサードストライクにおいてもないですよね。何をしてもいい。とりあえず勝てみたいなそんな流れですね。
まあこれ厳しいっすけど
I asked a bunch of people what engine I should make it in right at the beginning, and the general consensus I got was
そんなあそっか
uh,
これでも
use the thing that has the most tutorials,
これ
which ended up being Game Maker after I checked like Unity and Game Maker and a few others.
難しいよね。
Yeah, the channel still exists, but I haven't uploaded anything to it in a while, even though I've done some edits to the game. I've done some bug fixing and whatnot.
返していきますね。
I want to have like uneven bar style movement on fucking horizontal poles, and I want to have swinging,
これキャラパワーですね。これ
and that would take a lot of fucking programming,
あーでも
and I'm not really sure how I'm gonna do it, so I've been putting it off.
うわー
That was a lot of meter to burn, but like it was really hard to win that.
マジでさおやるコパホでんやりますね。うまいぞ。
決めといて拾えるんだっす
ね切れそうだ。
本人もできてる
切れそうですね。
This is a bad matchup, but it's an interesting matchup.
の判定だいぶ強いんですけどね来る前には無理も
It's hype.
このシュッ
If you like rooting for a grappler in a hard matchup, this is like, you know, one of the
あれ
best.
さすがキングギドラの1個下。あーレッツゴー。
Ooh,
あ
The commentator said, "Let's go." I heard that.
ー実は
Even they say it. They say, "Let's go, Justin."
でもキャラによって違う。ロリンコさんに気づいてしまいました。
I got all excited. It looked like he got 7 parries, then 8 a hit. He probably tried to do 8 parries into super,
九州の多分誠記者ですね。こっちに今日は出張なのか。
based on what we saw. Hugo has to parry 17 times, I
正
think.
義の色で悪の SA を使っております。悪の正中線。
Oh, but I explained my game engine. I explained what I was going to try and make with my game, and everyone was like, "Yeah, you could like do that in anything, and Game Maker would probably be the easiest."
あ、こういうとこ、こういうとこ。
It's like if you want to do something more complex, Unity might be better because you got more freedom.
ミスなんだけど、いやミス
あれが
ってねえよ。
強いんだよ強いんだよ
ミスなん。あ、クリさん来ました。あ、クリさん登場しました。エボジャパンの代表取締役来ました。え、
Who hasn't seen EVO Moment 37?
いや、
繋がってる
繋がってる。もう、お、いいよ。
スターブローから
あれ繋がるんだ。チェスト正中線。そう。
まあゲージがほぼ同じぐらい
はい。じゃあここで。あ、ちょっとここデブ禁止なんでここ狭い。
I met someone who cares about fighting games.
そう。髪が座ってる瞬間にここに。
I guess someone who cares about Street Fighter more accurately,
圧が
because I can predict someone who's played like exclusively Smash or Tekken might not have seen it.
マジ
Does Tekken have a big moment?
中足砲翼
からの
I don't know of one, but I'm sure there's like something crazy, right? Someone just did something really nutty. Nice, good jump.
ワンチャンある
One shot.
さあ最大
That's a
とりあえ
start.
ず取って
Good start, good start. EX Hazanchu on Wake Up.
なんだよ
That could have been it too. That's a free parry. But it's so weird that like I don't know if anyone would be ready to parry it. It's such an abnormal thing to do. Is it possible in Tekken's engine to have a big moment? I mean, have you guys ever seen Tekken 4 footage where like Jin starts with a fucking sidestep and then gets a literal 100% combo?
ここまで来ましたか
I saw a replay with that.
めっちゃきつそうめっちゃきつそう
これは辛いですよかなりただワンチャン近づければっていうところなんでしょうか
一回ハンマー決めちゃえば
That's really not 37 material, is it? It's kind of hype though.
さあでも
That's really just more of a statement on fucking Tekken 4 Jin.
距離調整が意外とうまいですね谷さんさあやばい
ことれは始まった感じですね
からのド密着であ
後半で
ちょっとミスった飛びからのコンボがミスった
Ah, very nice confirm.
あータミさんだったおちょっと山田さんもなんかミスってるどうした
Oh, this is so hard. Just fucking super, just do it. Yes, thank you.
おーいった
If Chun-Li did parry into low jab super, I think it actually would have killed.
さあファイナルラウンドゲージはちょっと半分ないで谷さん
That close roundhouse, or far roundhouse, I guess, would have been unthrowable by Hugo doing... No, it's Super 3 Hugo.
この
I'm dumb.
でも谷さん意外とコパホをやりたいだけで
そうそう
その隙をつけば
That's a good question, isn't it?
これありますよ
Most of the hype shit I can think of in other fighting games
やめてねみたいな
is not based around, like, that kind of thing.
してからやれっていうメッセージ性を込めたハンマーマウンテンが刺さればこういうので
Ooh.
これは
全さあリーチ最強最強キャラさあ中足が刺さってブレイクが出ないうまーいタミさん時間稼いで
Very nice. They've already did it.
あれ5分
いいかして
続きましてカシさんカシさん
MBC2 had the Justin Wong come back with Cyclops. That's kind of hype. MBC2 has had a lot of hype moments. I don't know why I singled that one out because there's a shit ton.
の剣が登場するとは思わなかったこれ全部これ無双されて終わるんじゃないですか
But, like, pretty much, once you're down to one character, you just kind of lose
来いよっつって
in MVC2, especially if it's not one of the, like, top tiers. Cyclops is top tier, but he's not, like, one of the 4 top tiers. He's, he's, like, upper edge. And he's mostly just used for his really good assist, because he's got, like, an invincible DP assist. He's not really a point character. He's just, like, there to make Storm better.
何がやばいってカシ君の後にクニクルが全然違うやつが出て
I'm doing well.
確かに
Yeah, you got the jump hard kicks for meter build. He's, like, okay. He can confirm.
もう今日はいいでしょうお
さすがに入んなかった
It's not like he's a useless character.
しっかり
It's just that the tier stratification is so high, and having assists is so valuable.
あれね中断になるんだよね
Attacking, like having assists in Marvel 2 is like you can attack with a launcher while blocking. You know what I mean? And then you can get like true mix-ups off of that launcher on block into like lows on the front or the back or whatever. I'm talking more about Magneto Psylocke stuff, but you know,
やべえ
you can attack without taking a risk, and then you can convert the attack into huge fucking damage.
あっという間にスタンキが半分
So once you're attacking, once you don't have an assist anymore, everything you do is committal.
中間を切って
I don't play Marvel 3.
まあエバラさんこの組み合わせはそんな気がさない
When I played Marvel 3 briefly, I used literally Team Dante. I mean Team Daigo, which was Wolverine, Dante, Nakuma.
さあカシ君の上も
But it's been so long. That was like that was when Marvel 3 dropped.
前陣よりはマシと
点々マシで
I'd already stopped playing by Ultimate.
さあこの中盤が恐ろしい、全部陣雷が入ってる。なかなかここは
さあもう結構何も食らえなくなってきた。
おうまい。さあこの下がり中盤になすすべがないのか。
Anyway, if you look at MVC2, you can find countless footage of someone being reduced to just their assist character and then just losing. There's like thousands and thousands of replays where it's like fucking two characters versus one, and like in 999 of those, the two characters will win. Especially if the one character is an assist and not a point. If it's not Cable, but instead it's like fucking, I don't know,
エバラさん、
Psylocke.
藤原さん、忍さん、富永さんが残ってますからね。ルリさん、大将。
And just Among managed to eke out a comeback with a Cyclops on a 3v1.
エボジャパンの代表取締
So without that context, it's not as impressive.
おここは
Nice.
抜けて
He actually got a punish because of that.
ミスったかタイミング。
That looked like a mistake, but it worked.
ちょっと使ってしまった。さあ体力リードを奪っていますエバラさん。ジャンプ中間が強いな龍の。
Not a mistake like an accident, but like a mistake like a bad decision.
強い。
Wake up, non-reversal heavy DP. Or maybe it was medium. Okay.
じゃあクリさんがこっちを向く。
That's a lot of Dizzy. Oh, that's great. He gets an EX here. Or even, I think, just cash out? No. Yeah, that was good.
これたまりすぎ
Saving the meter is way better. I'm dumb.
もう電池使って
1 bar was the right amount to spend.
になると処理ボードになる。
I think he cancelled the clap there. But it didn't matter. No cancel was good.
電池
Except super.
もう溜まっちゃった。これ最強キャラじゃないですか。利益がやばいやばいやばい。
Yeah. That's going to be a problem for this whole round.
俺の3電池になってきてたから。
さあここから
It's still a problem, honestly. It looks like it's like, oh, he's got most of his stun back. He's not going to get dizzied. Cool. Holy shit. Jesus fucking Christ.
電からのもう一丁。
Oh my god. We got to see that again. I didn't know Ryu could get a fucking jump in there with a red parry. He didn't actually get the red parry. He just, there was like a hit that missed. Which probably always misses there, so he knew that. Kuni, holy shit. That was beautiful. The combo after is great too. He goes for the double donkey kick for the dizzy. I think Tatsu wouldn't have juggled, or wouldn't have dizzied there.
おーピヨッタ。
Holy shit.
エバラハ
That was a good one. That's like pretty free if it doesn't require a red parry.
電からのもう一丁。
But the player, the recognition of the scenario was really nice. Most people would never do that.
してた。
That's something you had to have labbed. Fujiwara. One of the best Dudleys.
続いて登場が藤原さん。藤原さん今日ちょっと動き良かったからな。頑張ってくれるでしょう。
I wonder if Hugo knew that he was gonna die on block.
電池に嫌いそうで。
I did not think Ryu could convert a kill off of that. I was like, he's gonna get a meterless punish. It's gonna be like fucking Crutch, Fierce, hard Tatsu, and he's gonna have a bar, so he's gonna be able to go for a Denjin, and the Denjin, if it hits, is gonna dizzy, and then he's gonna win. That's what I was thinking. But none of that happened because he literally just won off of that punish.
国が落ち着けと。
The berries and cream Dudley. I think it's a heavy punch, but I could be wrong.
こうあたふたしてるのは富士山なんですけど。これどうぞお土産です。どうぞ。
Oh, got hit jumping. Why would you not just parry?
はいゲーセンで取ってきてくれたはい県の方ですね。あざーす。今さんあざーす。
体力リードを取ったら途端に丁寧になったしまい。
Roundhouse trying to catch a normal, but it was EX Fireball.
このラウンド
Look at Ryu shamelessly just building that engine. He got it. Third Strike Ryu is really different from a lot of the other Ryus. He's more of a fucking heavy hitter. Even though he's fundamentally pretty similar to his other versions. Nice.
もう溜まって
Blocking the fireball is arguably better.
電
Very nice. And now he's got on block into Denjin. Yep. Yep.
ピオリ
Yep.
マジかよこれ。
Denjin Ryu is beautiful.
早い。連射が早い。あ、それ忍さん。忍さんですから。しっかりと。
敗戦がどこまで
動画まで行って。
どこまでキャラ差をつけてくれるか。
ですね。
The skill ceiling with Dungeon is really high.
強さを世界に向けて配信すると。
It's really cool to see someone pull out some of the weirder stuff with it.
終わってる。置きが強すぎて。うわー、バックステに刺さって。で
Oh, he missed it. That was a medium tackle, I'm sure.
うまい。うまいな。
Burning that bar was unfortunate, but good. He would have preferred to keep it, I think.
さすが。次のラウンドを見越して、ここは死んでもいいと使わせて。
Ryu is really different in this game. I mean, I know I just said that, but like if you don't like Ryu in other games, you might still like him in this game. And if you do like him in other games, I don't know. He's got a different flavor here. He's still obviously the same character. He got Reapers. It looked like he was mashing pretty fast. Reapers are the hardest one to mash out of. It's pure chance, completely random. There are 4 different things you can get.
マジかよ。あばあばばあばば。
In Street Fighter 4, you still have 4 different things you can get, but I think they're all identical in terms of mashing. Oh, he mashed out successfully.
運が悪い。
When you get dizzy, you can have various things above your head. It's either angels, stars, I think bells, or reapers. And reapers take the most inputs to mash out of. And it's just pure chance which one you get.
ちゃんとして
運が悪いな、おいこれ。で、俺
正義よりはいいんじゃない。はい、さあ、悪対役対象戦。
Ho? Am I just completely wrong? Yurian always gets reapers?
どっちがクソか決めようと。
Is it based on the character? I remember reading that they had different amounts of mashing.
何か戦で。あー、溜めた。今あえて即答にしてダメージ下げてゲージ卓に来てるよ。竜巻だったら死んでたでしょ。
Different range of mash requirements.
あ、やばいこれ。ミスった。
I suddenly can't picture any fucking what appears above Oro's head. Makoto just got chicks. That's it. Angels, chicks, stars,
あー、積んだこれ。
and reapers.
何もできずに死んでいくのか。あ、やる。ぴょった。
Oh, we got a different experience.
しゃがみ中盤入って難しい人。今何ですか今の。
I believe you. You said you've tasked it.
難しい人。トイイズム。
Stun timer varies randomly, but the symbols don't affect it.
レバーが悪いこっ
いや
ち。
壊れてんの。
マジで。
壊れてんのはあなたです。
マジでレバー。
That might be one of the things that's just spread around all over the place, but it's not even accurate. So the mashing is random, but not tied to the animation. I can see that being true.
始めていきたいと思います。皆さんよろしくお願いします。パフパフどんどんどん、パフパフどんどんどん。なんと本日イボジャパン前の最終
Look at the Sean.
最終東西戦ということで。
Rare footage of.
あさっての16時から。
16時からサードス
一応
トライクの
予定では配信サイドトーナメントサードストライクスタートするということで。
The fucking tooth field Sean.
ツイッチで。なるほど。
That's like definitely not tooth,
コロさんももちろん
but it just kind of makes me think of tooth. Let's look at the kanji for tooth.
はい。そしてもうそのために今日は来たと。
そうなんですよ。
でもそれ以上に今日は言いたいことがあって。
Let me find it.
そうですね。もう言いたくて
It's that one. That's tooth.
もうたまらず
It's not even that similar.
この場を借りてですね。
そうですね。
一つ
お話ししたいかなと。
どうしたのコロさん。
Yes, this is the guy you beat with jabs, I'm pretty sure.
実はですね。
The leading person in the East versus West wars is usually not super duper good.
イボジャパン。はい。
So sometimes you'll see like a lot of weird stuff not being played super well.
仕上げとこうかなと思います。
はいはいはいはい。
It's hard to play Sean well, if you know what I mean. Like it's hard to be a truly good Sean player just by default
はい
because it's Sean.
当日ミニ大会があったんですよ。
はいはいイベントがあったんですね
イベントがありまして、
はい
で、ちょっと仕事がある関係で、
It's both a cause and effect that this guy is not very good in playing Sean.
はいはい
Him not being very good is because he's playing Sean,
まあおそらく
and him playing Sean is because he's not very good.
何人かサード生がいたので、おそらく話は
Let's short, let's short. I'm sure he would have been ready with the super
そ
cancel.
れがなんと
ところが蓋を開けてみて、
伝わっていなかった
Or Shinku.
言ってる間にドラマーさんの真空波動が刺さって
So it's just
ド
random.
ライさんも確かイボジャパン行きますよねエントリー
Yurian can get Reapers and have fucking 170, 190, 210, and 230. I played Deshaun today, this morning. I won, but it wasn't free.
試合形式というか
It was kind of close.
空間持った対戦を練習するために多分みんなね
But I was playing very timid because I didn't want to lose to a
そうい
Sean.
う傾向ありますねみんなこんな感じで
もうさっきだってピリピリしてますね。
先だってはずなんですが一人ドライさんは多分変わらないと思います
I'll play Deshaun again.
いつもアザースって言って
I'll make a lot of footage of me playing Deshaun.
はいアザースって
And then we'll have a definitive answer who's better. He was like pretty close to me.
これはその自由なドライさんを
But we only had the one set ever,
封殺してるのか
which is not very telling of anything.
9号に対して新勝利
本当だ新勝竜だマジこれはでもあんま見たことねえな
で電人波動拳かと思ったんですが、
ですね
Oh, very nice jump. That's punish. This kills.
死んだおお
Oh, it shouldn't show you.
アザース入りましたね
入りましたね。
I'd probably be Keisuke, but I have no idea.
相手がエレナ、よくわからない。
相手がエレナですいやまさかさいやそんなフレーズが出てくるわけないじゃん見てこれ今
I think his name is literally Keisuke, and he writes it as KSK.
本番はエレナ。
Something like that.
あ本番
He might be the guy who he's like someone important. He's like the fucking
なんか今
he might own the arcade or something like that.
あエボジャパンの話してるのか
周り含めて皆さん知ってます。
あ本当あじゃあ
He's like the fucking Henry Senna over there.
みんな把握してます。
あそういうこと
富永さんはトーナメント見ました？
俺トーナメント見ましたよ
見ました。
はい
どうでした？
俺1回戦ピノさんでした
そうですか。
はいいやでもネイクロワンチャン怖いからね
エクロは確かにね、ピヨったらおしまいですからね。
This could still turn around. Oh, okay. He was probably looking for Parry's super,
ドライさん
but it
も
was
ガードでき
jump
ない
strong for the 2 hits.
お土産2回以上できない
Out in an arcade sounds just kind of cool to me,
ドライさん
but watching all the fucking Mike Watson stuff
ある
made me like not even want to fuck with that.
ちゃん
It looked really hard.
持ってきてくれてるんですよ
I feel for Mike Watson a lot. He seems like a super cool guy.
はいもうお土産といえばアザース
アザースといえば
お土産ドライさんはい
But he had to jump through a million hoops.
はい
Mike Watson, what the fuck? He's the guy who used to own Super
ドライ
Arcade.
さんのこの新勝竜の使いどころがちょっとあれですねどこら辺で見せてくるのかと
The crazy fat beep.
ただまだ県内に入ってないんでまあでもそろそろ入ったさすがに
これは
もうこれドライさん
Does anyone know that meme?
マスがまだですね。
2月
Mike Watson said something disparaging about DSP like super long ago, in like 2004 or some shit.
さあどうなる
Back when they used to both be kind of fighting gamers at Evo.
これは確定
Back before Evo was
ドライ
big.
さんに対する完全体育
And then some fucking guy,
これは
some random fucking kid on YouTube made a video white knighting DSP.
あれなんと画面が駒飛びが激しいワンチャン駒飛びも激しいってちょっとあら
And he called Mike Watson a crazy fat beep.
よしじゃあ改めましてスタート
3人目。
And he's like, DSP could beat you up in the game and in real life. It's like one of the best fighting game videos before fighting games blew up.
そうですよ。
But I think most like 09ers and more recent wouldn't know about it.
これもう続行
That was back when YouTube had like YouTube replies.
久しぶりの
はい
東西戦なんで。
No, he literally said beep. He said crazy fat beep.
これ
We'll never know what word it was. He censored it himself.
ファミ兵です。
タミヘイさん失礼いたしました
今日はファミ兵でございます。
タミヘイさんが今日はいらっしゃ
コロ
って
さんは
はい
明日の試合のために今頃家で仕上げていると思います。
ゆっくり休んで。
Still one of the greatest insults I've ever heard.
なるほど。
You're just a crazy fat beep.
活躍に期待ですね、今日は。お、
I remember when YouTube had
で、入った
stars.
よ。
Anyway, back in the day, you used to be able to go on YouTube videos and you would see the video replies to that video underneath it.
最強の SA ですね、これが。マジで。そして、あ、ドライさんがお土産を渡したそうにこちらを見ている。
I mean, even when Evo was a much smaller thing, winning Evo is kind of a big deal.
なんと新トエックテスト英単語ターゲット1500。これお土産？これ自分で勉強するために買ったんじゃないの？あ、僕には無理ということが分かって、あ、が本場のラスベガス行く人にこれあげてくれと。
There was some ancient video where it got a million super cool replies. It was like someone complaining about how fighting games took 0 skill.
じゃあ持ってきますんで、はい。
And then it got a bunch of replies from like people who were like,
あ、わかる。
you know, you probably don't know much about this, but I do.
はい。ですよね。わかりました。
That was like the fighting game community on YouTube fucking that long ago.
そうですね。
アザース見られるのでしょうか。さあ試合は4人目大平さん。
大姫さん来たよ。と言ってる間に、
1ラウンド
But I don't quite remember the full context.
新勝利が溜まっている状態でヒューゴが
What the initial complaint was. The initial video got deleted, but the replies were still all there. People with their video replies to
近づいて投げっていうのがヒューゴの
まあ一応、
why fighting games are actually fair.
というか近くにまあ密着継続で、
ハウスって名前もあるみたいですけど
そうそうそう。何しよう
I
か。
haven't thought about that forever.
あ、これはちょっとハンマー出んかった。出んかった。そしてこれは、お、なんとここでスパチャ
Nice
入りました。
confirm.
お、スパチャ入って
Can this go? Maybe? Not quite. It might have been able to if he did like dash and DP. I don't know. The Saab. From a name I don't even think I've read. Could ew. Why does Hugo have so much health? There we go.
上り中パンチ。
あれやっぱ完全タイプなんですよね。
Drama found the hit.
に近い。もう大丈夫か。
No, that wasn't it, but that's fucking a legendary take. I've seen that take a few times and it's always funny.
高橋さん。
まあ強豪級とかですね。
さあでも
Maybe that is it. That almost sounds familiar,
ここでも
but the first part didn't.
新勝利。やべ、かっついてるか。ダメか。今の確定かも。
You know what's funny is when someone does that to you in real life. When I'm sure everyone here has had this. When someone loses to you and they turn to your fucking face and they're like, "If I played better, I would have won."
お互いに近づ
It's
け
like, yeah, you would have.
でも触りに行かない
That's correct.
話が進まない。じりじりとドラマーさんが追い込んでいくよ。走ってて。
That's always a funny take, and I've heard it from a lot of people.
さあ
It's like you didn't win, I lost.
からの
Nice.
おー、やってもうた
I like how he parried 3 hits. He could have parried once and then done DP.
高橋さん。
He could have parried the whole thing.
いやでもこれは
Instead, he parried 3 times and then DP'd.
ならではのシーンですよね。
やると見せかけてやらないと見せかけて
そうそうそう
あそこでやると見せかけて
そう
投げとかもありますからね。
そうそう
サードは
そう。サードは。でもあそこ。
One of my friends was salty as fuck.
あれなんですよね。
Like every single time he played, he got salty, and the entire fucking room would change with how salty he was. All of a sudden, like we wouldn't be kind of like fucking chatting anymore. It would just be all quiet because if anyone said anything, it would set him off. He would like lose again and again. I mean, he was pretty good. He would like win and lose, but he would get salty about the losses. But if he was losing, he would lose again and again, and he would just fucking quiet. He would just get silent. And then anything was like fucking. He would snap. I remember one time when my friend was chewing fucking gum, and this guy who was losing, he was like, "Fucking, why are you chewing so loudly like that? Why do you always do this?" No, it's not Gutex. I feel kind of bad about Gutex considering he's like one of the guys who kind of like got me to got people aware of me. He blew me up early on his channel, the good kind of blow up, not the bad kind. And now he's like a fucking, now he's like a crazy Twitter lady.
これで
No, he's a Facebook mom, but for Twitter.
結構やってき
Oh,
た
nice.
新潮流が全然
No, the Beth Gutek's footage is gone forever as far as I'm concerned. You'll see it in 10 years when I'm just like, wow, look how cringe this was.
すごく丁寧な
Nice.
立ち回りだったけどダッシュに突進連突がうまく合わさってさあ画面端いけるかいったか
Once he finally snapped, it was like the whole room versus him. It was like, bruh, go fucking take a walk outside.
削って死んじゃいますねそうそうそう
What I used to do, you might consider this bad manner, or you might consider this cool. Oh, it's a Sean. He missed with the ball.
登場がリアルさんショーン
What was I gonna say?
さっきのじあじ
Oh, I would play the other side of the matchup because I was better than all the rest of
ど
them.
うでした
So like they would play a matchup in Street Fighter 4 and like that would go one way or another way.
嘘
And it, like whoever was losing is like, how do I even win this? This is so bullshit. And I would be like, okay, let me play your character.
まあ確かにあんまやる機会ないですからね
The one I always played was T-Hawk versus Adon.
あ
And I became an expert at T-Hawk and Adon because I would play the Adon as T-Hawk and the T-Hawk as Adon.
ー流拳キャノンを選択
And I would be able to beat both of them.
あれこれ3番ってハイパートルネード昇竜拳キャノンって何番だっけ2番だっけそっか
You might consider that to be a thing that would be like a dick move, but also it's like here's how you would win. I would just be like, let me try.
うわ全然減らねえなこれこの長いゲージ使って
Did I see overhead?
あれしか減らねえってやばくね4回も当てるんだ
I can see how that would hit your pride, but you have to have your pride hit eventually if you want to play fighting games. You can't keep it intact. You've got to lose that shit.
これ SA 使い分けんのかなこれってその言ってる間に厳しい
It's impossible to get good at fighting games without getting exposed at some point.
児玉さんお願いします
I've been exposed many times. I got exposed today when I got perfected by a Sean.
いや技減らなかった
And then I put it on YouTube. Well, I haven't yet, but I will.
谷平さんなんでそこら辺はやっぱりそういうことなんですよそういうこと画面見てないではい
I got perfected by a Sean. I got perfected by Deshaun's Sean. I won, but I got perfected.
谷平さんと富永さん画面見てませんからね
I made some mistakes, put it like that.
そういうことです
Anyway, the sooner it happens, the better. But like, you know, it sucks when it happens. But one of my friends who like almost never gets salty got salty one time because
これはワンチャン
I always play a different character when I fight him,
出れば
and I almost always win. But he's like chill about it. He's just like, okay, whatever.
昇竜拳っぽいね
But
あのお
one time I picked his main, and I beat him with his main. And I like never ever play his main, and he plays his main every time, and I won. And he was just like, what the fuck? He was
いい
mad.
ですね今の赤ブル狙いに行ってねそうですあーうまい
Oh,
これ当たんね
the
えん
hints
だ
didn't hit.
EX じゃないと当たんねえんだ
No, I was trying to win. I was scared though. I wasn't playing super well. And I'm not super experienced versus Sean for what it's worth.
一気に
And even though Sean sucks, you need experience to be able to light Sean up.
相手にいかに追い込むかですね
He did taunt me, but it's not a big deal when someone taunts you.
これもう危ねえぞ
And third strike.
もうわかんねえ
It's a mechanic, baby.
そういうことマジか
Nice. You get cool combos on Q.
さあこの画面端に追い込んだ状態のネクロは最強クラスでもなんとか端は抜けたが
Post round taunt is the taunt, yeah.
微妙な距離
That's when it matters.
お EX バイパーからのゼロドットで
Oh, those the like early frames of low forward, I think.
さすがに SA 判定って感じですかねもうちょっと離れていればワンチャンありましたねもうちょっと離れていればさあここでうわなんだうまいいいですね
Oh, wake up fucking reversal command grab.
強欲
And the cross up hit. It was light command grab, I think.
あ
I didn't even know for ages that command grabs launch the opponent different distances. I thought it was just differences in startup and range. But they actually have different combos too.
やべえな。
突進が
はい。
めっちゃヒットしてますね。
突進のヒット率は確かに高い。忘れた頃に飛んでくる。
What about respects? More fighting games need that. That's a really cool idea. It's called respects, right?
強すぎません。
There's like a reverse taunt in Guilty Gear, where it means that the opponent just did something really cool.
続いて登場が今 2045X。
未来からやってきました。
そうですね。未来からの資格今さん、そして
That's pretty good, but I think the biggest
未来から来た今さんがお土産を持ってきてくれました。アドワーズで
the biggest alpha move that I've ever seen in a fighting game is Mercies in Mortal Kombat.
またみんなで食べてくださいということで、あざーす。
That's a call
あ
out.
ざーす。
That's way more of a call out than taunting mid round. It's literally I've already won, but I'll give you another chance.
アドワーズの提供でお送りしております。
There's nothing like that in any other fighting game. And it's not like people don't do it either. They actually do it. That's the funniest part.
東大戦参加したかったけどやめました。いやそんなことないですよ。大丈夫です。
みんなうまいですよね。
大丈夫です。
やっぱり
あんま関係ない。変わんない。みんな変わんないから。そんな
みんなね画面見てないから強く見るだけで実際は
お前なんてこと言うんだ。
落ち着いてれば勝てる技
I don't think I've ever seen anyone mercy and then lose. I've seen a few people mercy. I've seen it actually a decent amount, but always they mercy and then they win anyway.
ちゃんと私にやってる
全部が全部じゃないんで。
阿部さんだけ
そうですね。
適当にやってる。
どちらかというとすいませんが
それは失礼し
そこだけ注意してはい。
Very nice. Oh, he went for red parry. Trying to show off.
はい。
しっかり仕上げているのに対してなんで上江さんは遊びに来て画
と言
面を見
ってる
てる
間に
I'm probably going to bed after this one.
6人目逆転されちゃいましたね。
はい
篠さん
ですね。
I'm not even tired, but I just I should get some sleep.
この SA の封印を解くしかなかった。
正中さん
これは
You got me for 15 more minutes, so say everything you want to say right now.
失礼なんですよ。本来使っては危険だというふうに言われてて、
なるほど。
あんまり触れてはいけない SA だったんですよね。これ正中線5段好きっていうのは。
だから富永さんはモラル勢として
There you go. Ape escape win.
正中線を使わないと。
そう。
なるほど。やはりサード勢の精神は言うことが違いますね。
ここはやはり世界が崩壊してしまい、
なるほど。
Oh,
そんな
something got grabbed.
力を持ってる SA なんで、でもそれを使わざるを得なかったこのゴーインは。
Wow.
ゴーウィンの場合はもう
そうです
使わなくちゃ。
そろそろ
My favorite Ape escape is one because it's the only one I played. My favorite Ape escape is the monkey hunting in Metal Gear Solid 3.
いやいや、そういう時もあるんです。
なるほど。
そういう時もあるんです。
あ、これ正中さんの
はい。
プレッシャーってことでいいんでしょうかね。
そうですね。正中線があることによってそれを
For the record, the Perfect Legend matches, a lot of them were kind of close.
ガードしてたら、
はい
手が飛んできたみたいな。
そうね。
It's like the worst possible thing for Perfect Legend that he didn't end up winning a match because he won a lot of rounds.
松田ソニックのエース、篠さん。
It's like theoretically it wasn't free,
あーこれは
but then when you look at the score, it was like free as fuck.
なぜかすげえ噛み合って、あーっと、おお、
ちょっと正中一回も使ってないじゃん。何これ。
But of course,
そういう時もあるんだ。止まってない
if Sonic Fox was trying to never lose a round, he probably would have played differently.
おマジ、あ止まったって。
I've had matches like that.
見れてる人も
That's like a super bad feeling
あ見れる見れる。
when you're like playing okay, but then the score makes it look like you're not playing, like you're just getting smushed.
大丈夫。おオッケーオッケー。
さあ、メリックユン。さあ、誠に向かってキャラが強いと言ってます。
I had that versus Alex Valle at Wednesday Night Fights
終わってるぐらい強い。
one time. Nice. Should have been shoulder maybe.
次勝てるにはどうすればいいんですか。
これは
It's like goddamn, it keeps being close, but I can't clutch it.
逆らえない。逆らえない。
これ封印されし、まだ使ってますよ。どうなんですか。封印されし SA っていっぱい使って、まだ封印させるんではなかったんでしょうか。
そういうこと。
まあ、使ってるけど、いいですか。俺神の怒りに触れました。
Oh, I like that little fake out. The jump hard kick misses on purpose.
やるしかない。
やるしかない。やるしかない。
Dizzy.
おダブルアップ成功。
使ってない。
じゃああれは正中線があるからこそあれを食らわざるを得なかった。
プレッシャー。
5F、5F で見れた。
F5 ですね。
5F。
5振りみたいな。
Nice.
お、
封印を解いた。
さあ、この禁じ手の SA 成長戦。
強いっすね。どっからでも入るんだ。
あれだから禁じ手なんですよ。ほら。キャラが、あれはね、SA が強い。
SA が強い。
あ、339。自分はずっと動いてる。2連。
皆さん、
うちは大丈夫。
5分でお願いします。じゃあ、ちょっとこのまま続けたいと思います。
Oh,
ってない。
wake up. Wake up, Yama.
いける。
There he is.
いける。
リレ
え、マジで
ー、見れない人もいるけど、つけます。
I can't tell if I'm good at any fighting game anymore.
そうだ。
You guys know what I mean?
この試合が終わったら一旦もう
It's like I'm not that good at SF5 even though I put that much time into it.
申し訳ないです。
Like Diamond's pretty good, but
ダ
like,
メ
you
なんだ
know,
見れねえのか。マジか。
I'm just like a regular kind of good player.
マジであ、でもなんか変な
Third strike.
パフォーマンスが
A lot of people could be better than me if they actually played, but no one plays.
なんだ
SF4 I was kind of good, but I was never crazy good.
いやでも結構落としたよね。
I'm like good enough that I can go 2-2 in tournaments in SF4 and SF5.
これあれもしかしてウィンドウが2枚とか関係ないよね、多分ね。これが
And then playing Mortal Kombat 11 recently, it's like I'm back to being a noob. I'm like better than like a layman, but I have like no experience in a lot of matchups.
からの
さあ、封印されし SA を使うか。
ですね。いける
これは、ラウンドは取りそう。さあ、これ、完全に
きっちり。
Pick the game, it's all about landing 30 matchups. Mortal Kombat has a lot of matchup landing too. Oh, later, Bungus. It's kind of cool, because like every string has like some... Almost everything has like an inherent weakness in Mortal Kombat 11.
ごめん、これ終わったら再起動してみる。
I should say several weaknesses.
山さん強かった。
But like every string has like a blow up. Every string has like some significant weakness about it. It's like, oh, this one starts from a high.
すいません。
This one takes forever to start up.
欲しい。なんで
This one only leads to like this string and doesn't lead to cancels.
やんなきゃいけないんだって話になってきますが。
さあ、野本さん。
九州から遊びに来てくれた。
This one's minus fucking 15 on block.
九州にはこんな強い12います。
This one has a safe final hit, but you can
九州から来てくれました。
just frame the last hit and punish it.
はい。
That wasn't even a bad punish.
ああ、そっか。じゃあ今日は今いるけど昨日どっか行ってたのかな。あ、マジか。そっか。さあでもこの
I actually kind of like the way Mortal Kombat 11 feels. It especially feels really good compared to Mortal Kombat X for me because the way dashing works. I really hated running as a mechanic.
入ってます。
And the way dashing works in Mortal Kombat 11 is unbelievably forgiving. You can cancel forward dash buttons at any point. Oh,
お子さん、12使い。
which is like completely the opposite from dashes in Mortal Kombat X.
うまいこと。空中からの波動拳を抜けて当てるという。
It feels so much better to hit the combos in MK11. The combos are a lot more free.
さあだけどこの
Which is good and bad.
痛すぎる。
I like it.
一瞬で体力が溶けてった。くるくるくるくる回ってポンポンポンポン当たって
強い行動が。
全部当たるとああなっちゃうんだよ。 体力ねえんだよな。
MK has usually ended up with a really good PC version eventually. I think in Injustice 1, I don't even remember if it even had a PC port. I think it didn't for a while, and then it was really bad. And the PC port was really shitty at the beginning of MKX, but then the PC port ended up being the best version by the end of the game. Backdash got hit. I think Injustice 2 and MK11 had like really good PC ports immediately.
おー届かない。お
I try to keep an open mind when I play video games. I'm usually not turned off.
タミヘイさんだ。タミヘイさん。
Or like I won't even buy the game if there's something really bad that's turning me off. Tommy, yeah. Tommy hair.
副将のタミヘイさんです。ポロさんです。
タミヘイさん来たよ。タミヘイさんは自分で画面を見ていませんと宣言していましたので。
宣言していましたね。
はい。
あ、そういえばさっきレーザーさんがスパチャくれましたね。あざーす。
あざーす。バチャあざーす。
ナイス。
野本さんもっと見たい。じゃあの試合に期待しましょう。
後で野本さん組手をじゃあ行いましょうか。野本さんに
Very nice.
サードを教わるという。
12 control in that neutral. 12 is one of the characters who can actually fight Oro in neutral really well.
もやしがヒットして。
これタミヘイさんやっぱ画面を見ていない可能性が。
But Oro's damage output is way higher than 12, so it's still a good matchup. But like the neutral's like surprisingly pretty fair.
自分で言ってたんでしょ。
サードストライカーなんでこう釣り
Oh,
かもしれ
later.
ないですよ。三味線
三味線
使ってる可能性があるんですけど。
画面実はめっちゃ見てる。
5 stone on block.
引きがいいです。石がいっぱい。でもちょっと補正重くなっちゃった。
That's fine.
いてててててて。
これ
なんかいてなんかいて。
これいってえなこれ。あの蹴り
なんかね。
あの蹴りいて
何
お
なんかあるのか ?2 回当てれば死ぬんじゃね
Oh, that's my trade? No, it worked.
サマーソル
Good enough, baby. EX, you get meter so quickly as Oro. You don't really care about spending EX in SA3.
流れですか。
Most of your SA3 starters will build enough meter to land like SA3 in general.
なんだなんだ。
うまい。
Yeah, I can only think of a few good Mortal Kombat tracks ever. If even.
うわーですよね。そうそうそうそう。
だ
Low jab into a late dash. I didn't think he'd be able to get under, but he did.
ダメージを取る。
I always reset with stand jab.
これね、やっぱ12みたいなスピード取るのも大事だよね。
あ
あいつが来なきゃ。
Everyone memes about Mortal Kombat animations. It's like, yeah, some of them are really bad. Some of them are okay. Mortal Kombat 11 is in general a lot better than MKX in that regard, and MKX wasn't that bad except for like some of them.
ー
If you want bad animations, look at PS2 era.
上り
What, Techno Syndrome? Ah, look at that left forward counter poking Urians.
まずね、ゲージないとお互い何もできないから。
なるほど。
There's still some really goofy animations. I was looking at Melina and her fucking down fours like, ooh. I don't think that would really classify as an attack.
これは
上
あえて
That was, I think, an accidental drop, but he got an unblockable out of it, so it was kind of good. That was optimal there. Well, he could have ended with uppercut. It was optimal reset.
中盤踏み踏みしてる。
でもそれが通ってるとこんなになっちゃうんだ。もう
ね、
もう
中盤踏み踏み一生してると。あ、
Jump jab. Jump fucking medium kick or something on the way down.
森中盤ブルられてもう一回出るんだ。こういう
出る出る。あの技優秀なんすわ。あ、弱パンなんだ今。モーション一緒なんだね。
すげえ。
でもあの技中盤さ、よく見るけどめっちゃ強い。
You can tell that kind of thing isn't really a priority for them.
そうだよね。
水中盤は。うまい。
うまい。
But to be honest, it's not something I terribly care about either.
うまいっすね、タミヘイさん。
That was kind of nice. I like that sequence. Yeah, that was really good.
でん。
That was instructional for me.
最強。
さあ、あとは何か一発かけ
So it was nice.
でも歩いて投げて、
からの
The sequence he did was really good with the rock timing. The rocks have recovery. Nice.
ヘッドじゃなくてタックルエイジスだったら勝ちでしたね。
This is not game macho. This is game versus game spot versus.
はい、
Tominaga versus Taiha.
この組み合わせなんか
I played this matchup a lot. I quite like it.
確かに
It's kind of scary though. I like the way he's playing neutral so far.
あ、これはやばい。確定。これはやばい。
Probably not for the combo off throw. I thought about that for 1 second.
今のはうまいです。抗えません。一生立ちできる。抗えねえ。
Don't quote me though.
あれブロックも中盤になんなそうですね。引きつければなるんだ。でもよく
I've been in that scenario and it never looks like you've got time to juggle. Nice throw. Oh, late. She got the quick stand. You really want to get that before she lands. That jump was beyond awkward. But Tommy didn't do anything to it.
やっていいし
Wake up, walk forward throw. That wasn't even a car throw. This is gonna do a lot. He's dead, I think. Double super. This could still be Oros. This is still like a fair fight. Ooh. If that was close strong instead of close forward, he won. Wow, that was risky.
コロが無言いや無言ではなかったふざけっつってこれいつもの
This is the last one. Maybe. Death strike matches are pretty fast. 3 minutes could be 1 or 2 matches. More likely 1.
結局東西線ってこうなるコースなんですね
They will probably release immediately after Capcom Cup, I would imagine. But we won't know until they say.
ちょうど良くなりますね
大体ちょうどいいんだよねたまに荒れるだけでたまに荒れるだけで大体ちょうどいい
実況欲しいです
実況欲しい嘘でしょそうなんだ持ち合わせのためにじゃあお話ししましょう
I played ranked too. You can probably snipe my fucking ranked replays and see my scrubby ass Melina. PC port.
ユリアン戦端が大事だからわざわざ前に投げました
あんだけ体力あってもやっぱりユリアンの
一回投げられたら死んじゃうから
足は死亡ですからねいや富永さん画面見てるんですねちゃんと
Rambo lines are really fucking good too.
びっくりした画面見てないと思ってた
Oh yeah, MK11's on sale.
大体端に投げて投げかエセの2択で
まあバックジャンプ噛み合ってたねカシさんの声はいカシさんの声です
名勝負しかない
体力があるときはちょっとだけ
EX Mirror as an A tier? Wow, that was really good.
なんか適当にエイジス絡んだだけで3分の1なんか
強すぎますよ
Very nice. She could have super canceled that, but it was a ballsy play.
これはね
It was super risky to super cancel.
削れてたら死ぬんじゃない
Because Yuri could have just blocked or he could have parried and done nothing. What? This doesn't kill, does it? Don't think so. It's pretty close though. Oh, that could have been something. Scary. Oh. We got 1 minute left of footage. Looks like it's a whole bunch of nothing. It's Tominaga versus Calm Sean. Alright, I'm gonna go to bed. It's been fun.